What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Dan, this is Ben, and we are here for Chelsea versus Liverpool. And there is obvious breaking news. Not just Lavia, Reece James returns to the Chelsea team. Can you believe it? I can't. We've got it all to talk about. Just under half an hour till kickoff. How are people feeling? Ben, any thoughts?
Oh, I'm buzzing. The first thing I saw, as soon as I saw Reece James's name, I'm just excited. He just brings so much excitement from the previous the goals he scored. Just seeing him in the lineup just gives you that sense of it's confidence essentially. And what if you haven't fit for a full season?
Unbelievable.
This team could potentially be anything.
Yeah, the only thing I'm sort of questioning is whether or not Reece James is ready to go. That's the obvious question, because whenever we're speaking about Reece, you think and worry about his fitness.
Well, yeah.
So I hope he's good. He must be if he's being thrown in the deep end. But what a game to be throwing in. Arne says, "Let's go, boys. Come on, Arne. Massive game for us today. Lavia returns. He does indeed. It is a massive test." Dan Knight says, "Why are we chucking James in for this game and how fit is he?" Look, none of us know how fit he is. No one knows what level of fitness Reece James is going to be at. If Reece James isn't fit, I don't think Chelsea risk him anymore.
No, I think he had a small tweak. So we gave him the international break. Come back, he wasn't fully fit. So then Maresca and the fitness team, haven't we got new doctors this season?
Yeah, well, apparently there's been a whole reshuffling of the whole fitness and medical department. So,
but unless Maresca looks at him like he is essential to this team, but then also if you get Lavia in as well, I honestly, if I was a Liverpool fan or a Liverpool player, just anything to do with Liverpool, I'd be like, what's happening? I wouldn't know what to expect from today's game.
The thing is, right, is that as soon as you see Reece James on that team sheet and you're Liverpool, you start having second thoughts about how easy that game was. Not how easy, but that game all of a sudden could be a lot more difficult.
Yeah.
Like Robertson is thinking, please don't be on the right. Like, please be as a centre-back.
Well, if he is on the right, and maybe Maresca's looked at it, like Diaz has been unbelievable to start this season. And he's been a threat since he joined. I just don't think his end product's been phenomenal. This season, he seems to have changed that. So they've definitely got that to offer. And maybe he is looking at Reece like he's a better option to be sat in there. But I mean, we've got Gusto on the left.
I'm surprised. I'm shocked Reece is playing, but maybe it's been part of the plan the whole time, is that he'd come back after or ready for this game.
Well, maybe this is the international break that they were talking about.
I think
we all took it as the first one.
Yeah, true. I wonder, right, whether or not Reece James is going to be inverted, or is he going to be right back, or is he going to be centre back? What does everyone think on that? Because I'm really confused as to what Reece James we might see today.
Well, he essentially just played as a midfielder throughout the whole of pre-season, and he was the inverted fullback.
Yeah,
he was essentially just a midfielder.
But my worry is, say we invert Reece today, and Gusto doesn't invert. Gusto becomes one of the back three. Is that what we're going to see? I'm just not entirely sure. So I'd love to know people's thoughts, because I think this is a really interesting one that's up for debate. I think we're all well aware of, like, Reece James could be unreal in that centre midfield role that Gusto and Cucurella have picked up at times this season.
Apart from the youth games and stuff, the season that brought him to light and that brought him to everyone's attention was the Wigan season.
Yeah. Do you know what I wondered? Whether or not, if both of them are allowed to, like, both sides invert or bomb on or whatever, whether or not we might see Caicedo drop into the back line like we've seen before, and then Lavia run the midfield, because we know Lavia is probably 100%. Good enough to run the midfield on his own. So it could be that that's the system that Maresca's been trying to build up to for a while now. Real interesting one. It's going to be unbelievable. Liverpool have obviously got probably one of their stronger teams, although no McAllister is. No McAllister. I've got the Liverpool squad up, so we'll get it up. No McAllister is a bit of an issue. We obviously will look at Chelsea's, because Chelsea's is. I honestly think Chelsea's could be the strongest 11 we've had in a while. Here we go. I'll just bring it up now. Obviously, Kelleher in goal for Liverpool. We're going to see Trent right back, Robbo left back, Van Dijk, Konate in the centre-back positions. Then it will be Jones and Gravenberch, Gravenberch has probably been one of the best midfielders in the Premier League this season.
Yeah, he stepped out massively, hasn't he?
He's been unbelievable.
He was like, you knew he was able and he was capable of having that ability, but I just don't think he fit straight into the system that Liverpool needed last year.
Yeah.
And Klopp was on leaving, so he probably wanted to trust the players that he knew, although McAllister would come in, but McAllister hit the ground running. So it's exciting, but you don't know what to anticipate. And I mean, that Liverpool team, they're more possession based now, so maybe he's looking at it like it won't be such a high energy game, so Reece James can potentially be risked. But yeah, we're all thinking exactly the same thing as well. Like, we don't want the 15th.
This is what we are all thinking.
Yeah, you don't.
Please don't get injured and please get through this game.
Don't get sent off.
The worry I have with Reece is that I feel like, I know we're talking about the Liverpool lineup, but I always worry with Reece is every time a manager gets him fit, they just throw him in at the deep end. Yeah. No one ever tries to bring Reece back in gently. And then last year, finally, towards the end of the season, they did that and he got sent off.
Well, he got brought in as a sub, started the next game, sent off.
Yeah,
I think do you remember Steven Gerrard come on? He was on the bench, come on, like 45th minute?
Yeah.
46th minute, walking off the pitch.
Yeah.
Just crunch someone. I think he's too eager to get on the pitch.
I think that's it. They're desperate to play, aren't they? We'll just finish off the team. We've obviously got Jones going to play alongside Gravenberch. Then we'll see probably, just looking at this, Salah, Szoboszlai, and I don't know, actually. I'm just looking. Salah, Gakpo on the left, I would think. Jota up front.
Possibly,
yeah. So I think this could be an interesting one. If I'm talking about where Liverpool are going to be dangerous, I think it will be right in front of our box on the edge of the D, because that's where they put so much of their play through this season. Arne Slot loves to play centrally. He's almost removed the width element of Trent's game, and he's now letting him play through the middle of the pitch, and he's been very, very good for that reason. But look, we'll go on to Chelsea's lineup, because obviously this is what we all want to look at, because, I mean, is this Chelsea's best lineup of the season? Let me know your thoughts. Before I mess up everything. 1 second. There we go. So this is the Chelsea lineup, and I think this could be probably our best lineup of the season so far, if not our best lineup. By the way, I believe this is probably true as well. I think Trent could leave some space.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do you think on the lineup then?
I'd also be slightly concerned about the left-hand side if Gusto ends up as a left-back. I trust him defensively, but I also don't know how comfortable he'll be on the left. I do look at Gusto like he's one of them players that just deals with things. He's not someone that gets shook up. And then, but the Trent being on that side with Salah, I'm looking at that like Sancho's not really going to help out. It's not in his game. Although I must admit he has added it slightly.
Yeah.
But it's not massively part of his game to be up and down, up and down, up and down. Defensively, Gusto is pretty sound, but I would that's the only cause for concern there. But I think that's probably, barring out and out left back, I genuinely think that's probably our strongest defence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I rate Tosin. I do. I think he's pretty solid. Maresca said in an interview in the press conference, not been drilled past this season. I remember we were all shouting about that for Van Dijk for a whole season.
Yeah,
not entirely sure how true that was, but it's. I mean, if you can keep that up, that's not a bad record to have. And I think Colwell is up from last season. It's almost a different player.
Yeah, Levi's looked so good this year. I think we can all agree that Levi Colwell has probably been. I don't know. It's probably been our best defender, like across the back four, even including Cucurella. I think he's probably been our best defender, Levi Colwell. I think if Reece James, obviously we don't know fitness-wise how that's going to continue with him, but I actually think Reece is probably in a little bit of jeopardy if Colwell carries on the way that he is, that Colwell might end up as captain. I've just got a feeling Maresca really likes him. But yeah, look, I'll be honest. I don't know. I don't think it's brave to drop Enzo Fernandez. I just don't think he's been good enough. I think we all know Lavia. Well, one, we don't know Lavia's fitness, but apparently it's better, obviously, than what it has been for a few weeks. But Lavia is a player that we've all seen how good he could possibly be, but we just haven't seen enough of him. So hopefully today, it's a massive game to be throwing these players in, though, isn't it? So there's a question mark over Lavia and Reece James' fitness. We all know that. If Chelsea have got any players that are injury prone, it's those two.
Yeah.
I look at Gusto. I think he'll be okay. I don't think Gusto's had his best start.
No, I think we said it in the last stream.
Yeah.
It's not the Gusto that we had last season, where he was a little bit more free and a little bit more open. But I still think he's been good. Like, he's not let us down massively. Like, he's not making mistakes that are costing. Like, he's a risk taker. That's what he is, and that's one of the reasons why he's so enjoyable to watch. But I don't think he's the level that he was at last season. But then some players flourish under certain managers, and some flourish under other managers. And it might just be how Maresca's handling him, and he's finding his feet a little bit more. But yeah, I don't think he's massively. He's not let us down at all. I don't think anyone's really letting us down. But I just think there's some players that aren't at the level that we need them to be. And like, I think this team is. You'd like to think can go into a game with a Liverpool side that is pretty much a consistent for the last 3 years.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, obviously they sort of rebuilt their midfield last season, and I mean, Gravenberch was a player that no one really saw performing at all last season. For the majority of the season, people were calling him a flop. And then this season, out of nowhere, he's been absolutely unbelievable in this slot system. Look, let's get on to Chelsea and how I think we're going to be dangerous. Obviously, the squad is there for everyone to see. Reece James is returning as captain and right back. Tosin, Colwell, Gusto complete the back four. Sanchez obviously continues in goal as well. Lavia and Caicedo. We're yet to see sort of what these two will be like in a pivot together, especially in a game against Liverpool. I'm intrigued to see how it works, whether or not we see Caicedo drop into the back line, whether or not Lavia advances into that Enzo role that we've seen. Palmer's obviously going to play in that role that Cole Palmer does, which is a 10 that sort of drifts off to the right-hand side. But he'll just be involved all over the pitch, as he always is. Madueke on the right will be a little bit more stricter to a position, obviously. I think the same with Sancho on the left. Sancho's the guy I'm going to highlight as the player to watch today, because I think in behind that space that Trent will vacate, where Konate will have to come out to deal with him, I favour Sancho in a 1v1. Yeah. Now, I don't think he's quicker than Konate, because Konate is an absolute monster. And I just don't think Konate loses that battle physically. No. But I do wonder if Sancho can turn him inside out and find himself a little bit of space. And I think Sancho could be such an option creatively for this Chelsea side going forward in that space that Trent vacates. We all know that if Cole Palmer inverts, this is why I don't think I expect to see much from Reece bombing forward, because Madueke is in that space that Reece loves to be in. Cole Palmer drifts out there. Yeah. I almost don't see where Reece's space is. So I almost think if Reece does get forward, it will be through the central areas. Yeah. And then I obviously think Jackson as well is going to be obviously unbelievable as a player that's willing to work and run in behind all game and give Konate and Van Dijk something to think about all game long.
Is he enough of a handful, do you think? That was part of my concern, was the Madueke likes to come inside. Although I wouldn't say he is a typical right winger, that cuts inside, because he does go either way. But if he comes inside, he hits Van Dijk. So then the option, I feel like, because he's got Robertson for pace, he's going to have more energy probably going forward, because Robertson is an offensive left back.
Yeah.
So I think that side of things, I think it's a good choice to have. But then I also think with Reece essentially being like a double up, if it was to be down the right hand side, then I think Robertson's got a bit of an issue there.
Yeah, I think he would. I think our right hand side is probably where our most dangerous players lie. I think that's obvious.
Yeah, especially with Cole.
But I do think that now on the left hand side there's an option. I also look at the bench as well. Our bench is incredibly strong as well today. So I just think Chelsea are blessed going forward, and I think the fact that this is the first look at a Chelsea team without any injuries in a long time, like a long time. The only reason players are missing today are because of suspensions, which actually at this point of the season I think is a bit of an issue. I think to have that many yellow cards already is a problem. Cucurella and Fofana. Look, there's been ones where I don't think they should have been yellows, but that you can't be being suspended already after 8 games. You've picked up a yellow card in like more than half the games you've played. They've only played 7. So I just think that is ridiculous.
I do think there is a bit of a disciplinary issue at Chelsea at the minute, but then also you've got to factor in that game that Anthony Taylor had a stinker and decided to book the whole 11.
Yeah, but he didn't book he didn't send them off for yellows.
No, I know.
They literally obviously have picked up a yellow in every game they've pretty much been playing. But anyway, it is what it is. It's annoying that we don't have everyone fit, but obviously that's a great position available, but we've got everyone fit, which is a fantastic position to be in. I'm really excited to see how long this Chelsea team can keep players fit for. I don't want to jinx anything, but hopefully we can have at least over the next 4 games maintain quite a bit of fitness in terms of players being available. Because if we can navigate these 4 games with players available, and I mean the Premier League games, we give ourselves a chance to be in some unbelievable positions.
Yeah. To be fair, this is the test that we've been requiring, really, because we've been good, and obviously the shouts of the title challenge and stuff. But these are the games where you really cement a title challenge or a top 4 challenge, because you have to be going into these games either thinking you're going to win or thinking you're going to at least get a draw. You can't be going into these games thinking, I don't want to get bad today.
Yeah. Oh no, I don't. I don't think Chelsea get battered today. Guys, I want to know your score predictions in the chat. Let me know your score predictions, because I've said 2-2 from the build up to this game all throughout the week. I've said I think this could be 2-2. That was before I knew Reece was playing. I don't know what Reece James we're going to see. Obviously, if the game kicks off and Reece looks as good as he can look, then maybe I'll say we win, because I believe Reece James is good enough to win a game of football on his own. He can be that good sometimes, but it depends what Reece we're going to see. Dan Knight says 2-2. I want to see what other people have to say about the score. Does anyone think Chelsea go and win today? Do you?
Now I've seen Reece in the team, I am more confident. But Chelsea and Liverpool love draws.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Absolutely love the draws. Or it's Liverpool battering us.
Yeah, well, the last time... Actually, one of the last times Ben was joining me for a watch-along was Chelsea-Liverpool. And it was it was when they beat us 4-1. And me and Ben were sat here saying... And I don't know about Nkunku, he's not really had any impact on the game. And then within literally as we finished that sentence, he turned 3 players inside out and scored a great goal. But he didn't actually have too much of an impact on the game. And Nkunku's a player that is obviously on the subs bench today. He's a player that people are speaking about whether or not he should be starting in this Chelsea side. Are you disappointed to see that he's not starting? He obviously had a good international break. He scored.
Jackson's not done anything wrong. I've criticised him, don't get me wrong, and I still don't think he's the striker that I want in our Chelsea team, but he's not done anything wrong, so there's no reason to drop him. Granted, Nkunku's not done anything wrong to not be playing.
Yeah. He's
done everything that he possibly could do, like scoring hat-tricks in games that he's not playing, picking up winners in other games. But it's unlucky for him, but if Jackson's the main striker and he's not done anything wrong, then he doesn't get dropped. How many years did we go through Drogba not scoring every single week, but Drogba was the striker?
Yeah.
How many strikers did we go through that you almost wanted the 20-goal-a-season striker to come in as well as Drogba, but if it didn't happen, it didn't happen.
Yeah, that was the thing, wasn't it? We always tried to replace and replicate... I absolutely smacked my leg off the table. No, we always tried to sign a striker to help Drogba, and they never really flourished. I mean, Anelka's probably the one that did it the most alongside Drogba, but no one ever really flourished alongside him, did they?
No. Well, we saw some of
Torres,
the luxury strikers.
Yeah. It was Shevchenko,
Pizarro.
Yeah.
Like Crespo.
We tried to sign goal scorers alongside Drogba, and it just never really worked. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough type of player to sign, isn't it? I think Tottenham struggled for years alongside Harry Kane. Not that he wasn't scoring, but actually to try and sign a striker that can score goals when you need them to, if your other striker's not scoring. But Jackson's in a good run of form. He's scoring goals, and Nkunku's scoring goals. If Jackson isn't looking lively, then we've got Nkunku to come on off the bench. But I just wonder, I look at the team today and I don't see room for Nkunku. But when Enzo Fernandez is in the team, I see room for Nkunku. So that's what makes me think that actually, let's see how we play with Lavia, Caicedo and see what that brings, because there's been times this season when the midfield's looked really like we've had one player in there at times. It's been Caicedo, and players haven't got close to him. I believe Lavia will be able to get close to him and offer something else that I don't think we've seen Enzo Fernandez do yet. And I wonder if Reece James inverts or Gusto inverts. We also know they can be quite good in terms of going into that central area of the pitch and helping out. But look, we're getting nearer to kickoff. I'm incredibly excited. I mean, Maresca looks positive in his interview. Yeah, it's going to be an intriguing encounter to see how both these managers, who no one really knows much about in terms of the Premier League and what they're about. They've managed 7 games each in the Prem. No one knows if they're going to be sort of defensive this game. They're going to go at each other and attack, and it's going to be all out. No one knows what to expect. But what I do know is I think Chelsea have a better chance of winning today than any time we played Liverpool under Pochettino.
Yeah.
Like, I absolutely think that. I would not put Neto or Mudryk on. Maybe. I think it depends with them two, how defensive we are. If we sit back really, really deep, then I think you could make a point for them to. But if they don't, and we ultimately push on and we go and press them high up, I don't think the space will be there in behind for those two to warrant playing.
And I don't think they're as effective in a one-on-one battle. Like, I mean, Sancho, arguably, I'm confident enough that Sancho has got anyone one-on-one. He's so skillful. And then, obviously, Cole as well. Yeah. But then Madueke, I trust him to take a player on, or at least create something exciting, even if it is like linking the play together. I think he is probably a little bit better than, well, he's definitely better than Mudryk at it. And Neto maybe doesn't know them well enough. Madueke and Palmer have obviously played a little bit more together, and Madueke's had a whole season essentially playing with Jackson. But I don't think that Liverpool will allow the space in behind, and I also don't think that the space in behind is there when you've got a Konate in defence. I think that the recovery pace that Konate offers is massive, and I mean Van Dijk, like his positional sense is, I don't like him. I really don't. I mean,
why?
I just don't like Van Dijk. I can't knock him because people hated John Terry. Like, let's be realistic.
I really like Van Dijk. I wish we had him.
Oh, no, if he was wearing a Chelsea kit, I'd like him.
Yeah.
But I probably don't like him. One, because I'm really not a big fan of Liverpool. Nor do I like... there's just something about him that I just don't like Van Dijk. And it's probably a jealousy element.
Yeah, because he's too good.
Well, yeah, maybe. But...
yeah. I think the Van Dijk we're seeing right now is as good as the Van Dijk we've seen in a few seasons ago when people were saying we're never going to see that Van Dijk again. And I think we're seeing it right now.
100%. He's back.
I think he is. Yeah. I think he looks great.
Don't get me wrong. He's best centre back in the world.
Yeah. I think it's probably harsh to say he isn't. When you think about who's out there, what Van Dijk's done, and how good he's been, and pretty much been like the mainstay of that Liverpool back line, and been that good on his own. People change around him all the time, and he's always been that good. I think he's quality. The difference he made to that Liverpool back line when he first came in, and the difference he's still making now, the fact that there's a chance he could be leaving at the end of the season is crazy. I would be trying to get that contract extended straight away. That would be my priority when I look at the players that could leave. I mean, Salah's in that discussion as well. I mean, the fact that they could lose Trent, Van Dijk and Salah at the end of the season, if not January, it could already be tied up and they could be on their way, would be crazy. Look, the players are walking out now. I'm just looking at the faces of some of the Chelsea players. We do look up for it. I never know what to expect. I always wonder if the younger players look a bit intimidated or anything like that. They don't, to be honest with you. I think they look like they're up for this game, and I think they know they've played this Liverpool side before and they've had opportunities to do well, and they've played this Liverpool side before and they've had to do better. So it's going to be an exciting encounter.
I think the intimidating side of playing Liverpool is definitely, it must be walking out and just seeing that sea of red in front of you, knowing that, like, if you get on top in the game, they're going to help their side get back into it. And regardless of what happens, like, Anfield it's a hard place to go, and it creates an awful atmosphere to play in. And if you haven't got the mentality to play there, then you ultimately will crumble. But I'm also looking at a Chelsea side that have played in massive games. I mean, like Cole Palmer, for example, he's played in big games and he's been one of the best players in those games. And then Sancho played the Champions League final. He knows a big atmosphere. The defence have all played at Liverpool before. It's nothing new to them. I mean, Reece James loves it a day like this. Let's be realistic. And to have them leading us out, that's ultimately who you want leading your team out.
Oh yeah, I completely agree. The biggest thing for me is that normally you'd be happy if Alisson wasn't playing, but I feel like every time we've played against Keller, he's had a worldie. It's like he's not a bad keeper at all. So the fact that they've lost one of their sort of better keepers, better players, and actually I don't think that's a weakness for them. I think Kelleher is definitely good enough, but Chelsea's team, I think, is good enough to take the game to Liverpool today. We've only got a couple of minutes before kickoff, but I will say this. If we don't take the game to Liverpool today and we sit back with the players we've got on the pitch, I'll be so disappointed.
Yeah.
We have to go and try and win this game today.
You can't be sitting back because I don't think the counter-attack is there today. I don't think, that's not how Maresca really wants us to be playing. I don't believe anyway.
Yeah.
But we have been. But I do look at this team like this could control a game.
Oh, I think
Lavia and Caicedo could control the game quite comfortably.
Yeah.
I get a lot more confidence when it's them two in midfield. It's far more mobile. There's just a bit more solidity within the team. Like I know for a fact that we'll be watching this game. We won't see Caicedo trying to cover 3 players.
Yeah.
And Enzo jogging back for some reason sitting on Jackson's toes. So I think that allows the front three to be a lot more open as well, and they don't need to be as regiment in a system. So hopefully it's a bit more free flowing. By Cole Palmer doing the talking there.
Yeah, well, I think there's quite a few leaders in there.
Yeah.
I think Levi Colwill and Tosin and Reece, I think they're leaders. I think Cole Palmer leads by example on the pitch. I think we even saw the other day in terms of the aggro and everyone when they were arguing stuff. He was like, "No, I'm just going to sit out of this." Because he just doesn't.
Football.
Yeah,
let's play football. That's all you want, really. Do you remember? There would always be the talking point when Barcelona and Real Madrid, and then you'd have like Messi and Ronaldo like talking, or like the famous Inter Milan and AC Milan picture where Maserati and I forgot
Rui Costa.
That's the one, and then just standing there like the flares are going off and everything. They're just there to play football, and that's what you want. You don't want your players like getting involved. Some you do, some you need them to, but if that gets them fired up for a game, then crack on. Like get involved in them sort of off the ball incidences. But I mean, if you want someone to lead by example, Cole Palmer is doing that tenfold.
Yeah. Oh, of course he is. The numbers and the contribution he's making to games week after week is just incredible. But look, minutes applause here at Anfield, just waiting for the game to start. Liverpool are remembering the life of Peter McCormack. I'm not sure. I know too much about him, but it looks like he's probably a legend of Liverpool.
I feel like there's nearly every week there's a minute silence before a game at the minute.
Well, it's just way of life, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't feel like that was happening that often beforehand.
I don't know. I don't remember. I feel like we see more games than ever on TV now, so it could have been happening.
Probably.
Peter Cormack, it looks like. Anyway, that Liverpool are in their huddle. Chelsea are just getting themselves ready for this one. It looks like we've got kickoff. Cole Palmer over the ball. Can't quite see who that is. Yeah, Cole Palmer to take kickoff for Chelsea. I don't know what end we're attacking. I think we're attacking the Kop. I'm not sure though.
How steep is that?
Is that the Kop up there? Is that the Kop?
The Kop's just one stand, isn't it?
That one.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know. Yeah,
totally
looks
sure.
like it, doesn't it? I'm sure that's the end. They have all the flags because they're taking them off. So here we go. Chelsea versus Liverpool in what is a very early sort of 6-pointer for the Champions League and title race, I would say, because I mean you don't want to be losing this game, and if you do, you definitely don't want to lose it heavily. So
no.
Yeah, let's see how this starts the playoff. But Liverpool get a free. We're giving the ball away pretty much early doors. 21 seconds in, we've had kickoff, and Liverpool have already got possession back, which is never good. But they're giving it straight back to us. Just going to be intriguing to see what sort of positions Reece takes up.
That you sort of get a cagey vibe as soon as you take kickoff, ball goes back to the goalkeeper, smash it long, and you're like, oh, how's this starting? And then they go and take a free kick and do exactly the same thing. So you can only be appreciative to them.
Yeah, Reece looking to play in behind early on. Yeah, I actually think, like, don't get me wrong, it's early, but off of what we've seen inside the first minute, it actually looks pretty cagey.
Yeah, I think so.
The ball's been given away 3 times, so we'll have to see. Hopefully, you're dead, Dan. I completely agree. Hopefully, VAR does not ruin the game. We've seen a couple of games this weekend. Obviously, VAR's had another. Well, actually, I don't know how much VAR's had the impact, or whether or not referees watching the game in the stands have had an impact, actually. But look, looks like a back three straight away. Looks like Reece is going to be part of the back line, which for me, I don't know. I almost feel like that actually we're giving the ball away here. Wow. Come on, Chelsea. Yeah, I feel like Reece being part of the back line actually removes all of his best qualities.
Yeah, so do I.
And then I actually think that doesn't make much sense.
But then, the best Reece James we've probably ever seen was at a free.
Really?
Well, not in a free as such, but like him and Chilwell.
No, that's playing as a back five, as a wing back.
Well, yeah.
He's playing as a centre back here on what looked like there, and it looked like a double pivot of Lavia and Caicedo, which I don't mind. But when you look at this, where Reece and where Palmer is right now, you'd kind of expect Reece to be. I think you could leave 2 back, but then when you look at Liverpool, I can see like 4 players here just in front of our midfield pivot. It makes you think you just wouldn't want to leave 2 players back.
Like
go on, Madueke. Madueke out on the right. 1-on-1 with Robertson at the moment. Liverpool get 3 players back. Liverpool do press really well. If anything, I actually think they press slightly more controlled, but slightly better than what they did under Klopp at times. Like they sort of wait to see where a team plays the ball, and then they go and press it. So they're not all like running around a little bit headless. Their press is very controlled to the right area of where the team are. It's something Slot sort of worked on very early on and got on doing. Szoboszlai is the furthest man forward alongside Jota, Salah, and then it looks like a sort of a 3 behind them. I think actually they're just sort of like, look, straight away they are shielding off our 2 midfielders. And it's like, how are you going to get the ball through? Cole Palmer's dropping into his own half, but then we're going to try and go long. I think they're actually, when you look at Liverpool straight away occupying all the spaces in between where our players are, and they're on the counter attack here. Jota all the way out to Salah on the right. This is the area of the pitch I've said could be an issue. Did that touch a hand? Maybe.
Yeah, that looks a bit. Is that Caicedo?
Okay, Caicedo injured.
He's calling to the bench.
Caicedo injured. Injured? Maybe. Oh, you joke. Come on. He always wears a knee brace.
Yeah.
And then it's not on today. That worries me. Caicedo might be done here. That's ACL, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think Casado's done his ACL.
That's not a good start.
You're joking.
5 minutes in. Wait, what even happens?
Oh,
they did it, and
Caicedo could be injured here. Oh, you're joking. We've just been sat. He's done.
Yeah, that's
no. Come on, get up, be okay. But just be a bang. Oh, he's all right. He wouldn't be moving like that.
Where did it come from? Because if it's not come from anywhere, then you've got a real problem. But
let's have a look. Did he bang his knee? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bangs his knee. That had me worried. We've been speaking about injuries all warm up.
It's a sore one. It's a sore one. But that's the one in like 10 minutes time.
Come on.
You forget this.
The way he was like on the floor holding the back of his knee, sort of calling over for treatment that early. And no one had really seen what had happened. That had me worried. What we want to see is a chance of this midfield. Sanchez is obviously stepping up to play alongside there.
Yeah, that worries me a little bit when the
Levi's gone all the way out to the left-hand side there, yeah. We've given the ball away cheaply again. Reece is going to recover it. He does. Navia, the footwork's
powerful.
unreal. Out to the left-hand side with Gusto.
Reece looks leaner as well.
Sancho, here we go. One-on-one with Trent. Gusto making a run.
I think that left-hand side is a very skillful left-hand side.
It definitely is a bag of tricks. Look, Reece, see, this is the thing. Reece and Palmer, I think these two need to learn to play together.
Yeah,
I think
not had a chance.
No, they haven't at all. And I think those two could be so good together in the future. But Sancho here, entering the box. Great chat. Is that Canard? No, it's Gavin Birch. Wow, that is like running into man. Oh, we saw this yesterday. No. Saliba literally was sent off for that.
He's not.
He's too far away from goal.
But Saliba was also, he pulled him with his arm and Tosin just ran into him there.
That is very similar though.
It's very similar.
I think there's a closer covering man. Oh no. It starts in, do you know what? That is almost identical to Saliba. That's almost identical.
I didn't see the hands initially.
That honestly, Saliba got sent off for that yesterday, and I don't think it was a red card. And I actually remember Christensen getting sent off for something similar against Liverpool. That could be a red. That on yesterday's evidence for Saliba
is who was it who was going through for Bournemouth yesterday? They were running directly to goal, so the touch was out towards goal.
Well, it was so far away though.
It's so far away, but it's the.
I don't think yesterday's was a red card. I actually don't think that's a red card. But on yesterday's evidence, that should be a red card because all we're crying out for is some consistency with the rules. If Howard Webb was at this game today, would he be on his phone or on the mic straight away saying, you need to have a look at that? Because he was yesterday. I just think that could be off of what we saw with Saliba yesterday, 7 minutes in, that looks almost identical. I don't want Tosin sent off.
No,
but you can't be doing that if yesterday you saw Saliba get sent off for the same sort of incident.
Also, the one thing I will say, get your position right to start with, because I don't think that needs. Because realistically, the contact there has started in our half. Surely one of them can sit a little bit deeper. They're not affecting us going forward at all. They're not helping at all. And both of our centre backs, well, one of them's essentially a left back. One of them's playing as a close left centre back to the left back. Okay, granted, the ball is going over to the left, but if this foul isn't committed and Jota gets the ball, there's an easy break on the right hand or on our right hand side for a couple of players. And you know how much energy the Liverpool teams offer.
I've said that before this. Before this game, actually, that this was going to be the biggest area of danger for both teams, and then I sort of changed my mind and said it might be centrally. But actually, looking at where Jota was going to have space, then it could be initially in that gap where our left back is going to bomb on, and in transition can't get back over in time, and it'll be Tosin and Levi Colwill in a foot race. And that's the one thing you'd say about Fofana is recovery pace is a joke. Liverpool are the better, but Palmer will skill the whole team. Do you know what? If it ends up being like that, I'll take it.
Fine.
I'll absolutely take it. I believe
that's why you have a Cole Palmer.
Yeah, I believe Liverpool as a unit are good. He's basically just saying, Reece, you're going to deal with Gakpo. Levi, you're going to deal with Salah. And Tosin, you're going to deal with anyone centrally that comes at you as well. And that's looking how our defence is going to be. It's just 3 players there in his rest defence. I don't know how that'll do. He's basically saying, we're going to leave players vulnerable at the back because we're going to win the ball when we press. But a couple of times now we've gone to press and Liverpool just played it straight over us. Who is that? Jota, man down in the box for Chelsea. It's Salah, isn't it?
Well, Lavia, good block on the edge of the box. Did get beaten quite easily though.
Curtis Jones strong in the tackle there as well against Palmer. Liverpool win it. Liverpool, see what I mean about their intensity?
Yeah,
it's
unmatched.
It's way more controlled.
Liverpool they're just. I think they definitely have just a very good group of players that are very easy to coach.
Yeah, I think that's the Klopp mentality. Though,
they're all essentially become winners in the process, so they understand that what the manager's asking of them, if they do it, the potential is that you win.
Yeah.
So let's just do it. We're all fit enough. Like if he's going to ask us to run more, let's run more because that's all it is. They're probably not going to run as hard as they used to do with Klopp.
Hope he scores a hat-trick. Cole Palmer is the GOAT. Celtic or Rangers. I don't know if you can see, but somewhere there, that That is Henrik Larsson. So I think you've got my answer. The Celtic shirt's not out, but there is a Celtic shirt somewhere. But yeah, that is my answer to that question. Definitely on the greener side of that one, which isn't always common as a Chelsea fan. I can tell you that much.
Considering one of our first kits.
Yeah, heritage is obviously Rangers,
but yeah, green and white hoops.
Yeah, no, definitely had a soft spot for Henrik Larsson growing up. Anyway, back to the game. So, 10 minutes in, it's exactly how it started. No, we've had a lot of downtime. No one's really got any control yet.
No.
So
I always remember though, we used to sit and watch football, and you just anticipate the first 15 minutes was just always going to be a bit. You didn't know what to expect. You're growing into the game.
I've given the ball away there cheaply again. Levi Colwell, actually, not a great pass into a dangerous area of the pitch. I think Chelsea are finding it difficult, sort of 10, 11 minutes in, to find any space to play, because the way Liverpool have set up, they are literally blocking every passing lane.
I think Arne Slot he's proven to be one of the best tacticians. He can just understand how every other team sets up, and he goes, right, this is what we're going to do today.
Yeah.
And it's going to work, because I can already see.
Yeah, Chelsea go long here. Sancho, this is where I said Sancho could be a threat. This is what I expected to see. Come on, Chelsea. Big chance. Gusto.
If you're playing...
Oh, it's Sanchez. I've got to give him that. Look at that. He spotted it straight away. This is why he's in the team.
Yeah.
Didn't I say that's where we're going to have a chance today? On that left-hand side.
Because there is a lot of players that would have reacted to that. Yeah. He was proactive in that. Sancho isn't.
Gusto's got to do better, because even if that cross is perfect, what's he crossing to?
No one.
This
is the problem when you've got a right-footed player.
Yeah, but he almost has time to put his foot on the ball there, put it on his right foot.
Vardiol earlier, weak foot, but he's got it onto it and had a shot. I believe Gusto's.
Oh, Sanchez.
Even no one's talking to him, or he's just.
Oh, Levi, come on. Levi sometimes rushes. We saw him do it against Brighton early on, but as he starts to settle, he looks a lot more comfortable. But obviously the thing is, and this is the issue, is that Levi's now playing in another defence that's completely alien to him, because he's never, like, Gusto on his left, Reece is all the way over on his right, and Tosin next to him. He hasn't had that yet. It's another new back four. And obviously we can't do anything about the back four because of suspensions. But yeah, it just seems...
Well, you could have had Vega in there, but...
I wonder whether Vega would have been the better option today.
That is the only thought process. In my head, I'm thinking, I've seen him as a left back, defensively, probably more sound, naturally more comfortable being on the left-hand side of the defence.
Also, it allows us to be much more physical. But I'm looking at Gusto I'm looking at where Gusto is right now, and for me, I mean, he's a previous number 10 in his younger days. Maybe this is something that could work. Maybe it is, because Gusto on his right foot, we know he can be deadly.
I worry defensively though.
But look at that space that Salah's got right now. I know it's on the opposite side, but this is what I was suggesting pre-match, is that could be a dangerous area. Madueke though to the byline.
That's what we were saying.
Caicedo all the way back post. Oh, Sanch. Lavia keeps it alive. Lavia on Salah's toes. This is where Chelsea have to win the ball back, otherwise it gets dangerous. Well done, Lavia.
Excellent
quality. He just moves so well.
Yeah,
he just moves. Like, I beg he can stay fit.
This whole team, I just pray they stay fit. The part of me last season, Poch has always had has he had a bit of an injury problem throughout the majority of teams he's had?
Yeah.
Or is it just the players that we've been signing, or I don't know what it is, but our injury list has just been too long.
We had a bad injury record before Poch. I think it's unfair to say that we didn't, but I will say that Poch definitely aggravated the case.
Yeah, I think so. But
Caicedo with a good ball. Go on, hold him up, Jacko. Oh, he's clattered into him there, though, Caicedo. I'm sort of... Look, our midfield, the two in the pivot there are so high. They're just leaving these 3, 4 to just defend anything over the top. They're basically suffocating them. And then as soon as Liverpool can't get out, they go long. And the idea is that we basically bully the front players of Liverpool to win the ball back.
Yeah.
And we're doing it now. Lavia splitting the lines with a pass there. Sancho out on the left.
1-on-1. He's got Trent here.
He's done him. Come on.
Talk.
Oh, Gusto just don't look that sharp. But he does all right there. Get your cross in. Corner. Oh, I don't know. Goal kick. It's actually that, as an attack goes, that's nice to see.
Yeah.
Some good football, intricate on the edge of the box. Sancho's class, mate. His way to pass is brilliant.
Phenomenal. He just did not like Manchester. Being at United. So
he's a London boy, mate.
It just didn't work for him. I feel Sancho, I think, needs to feel comfortable, and he needs to be in a team, not as like, because he's been signed for the big money at United. Well, I mean, they throw big money around worse than we do, but it's you almost get isolated as soon as that happens, and then you go into this awful environment. I don't think that just didn't work for him, and
I feel like the group of players he's around and the current manager that he's got is almost looking like a perfect environment for him.
We've got a lot of English players.
As long as Sanch keeps level-headed and doesn't go. I don't think there's a group of players here at Chelsea that allow him to go how it went at United. No. I feel like they get each other. They're actually a young group of professionals that are learning, and I just think Sancho just suits the mould here at Chelsea better. That's exactly why Lavia's in the team, though, receiving the ball under pressure by two players. Sancho's on the attack here, one-on-one against Trent. It's all down this left-hand side at the moment. This is what I like, because hopefully, with time, Liverpool sort of get sucked into that left-hand side, and then bang, Madueke or Palmer come alive on the other side. Yeah. And that is that can sometimes happen. I'll tell you what, 16 minutes in, what we've sort of started to see in the last 3-4 minutes, I'm happy with that.
Yeah,
I feel like we're giving ourselves a chance in this
just
game.
going into the game, because we could have easily conceded in the first 10 minutes.
By the way, on that kit, is that the Champions League trophy?
On what?
On our home kit, is that the edge of the Champions League trophy? Is that what it's supposed to be on the
British Gas?
Yeah. Every time I look at it, I feel like I see the Champions League trophy. Look, we're setting up in this advanced 6 on the press. That's
Lavia goes
and
in.
Colwell's got in there.
I think that's
go on,
too far.
No, that's okay, because look, we go and win it. We'll win that now. That counter press, that is unbelievable. That is so good. Look at how well we won that ball back. This is against one of the best teams I've seen this season at playing out and being controlled in possession.
Yeah, I think with this Reece situation,
we're at Anfield, by the way.
No, I know. Yeah, you almost wouldn't actually feel that.
No.
It doesn't seem like.
I mean, sound wise, I'm not sure, because it could be really loud. But what we're seeing on the pitch, we're not seeing a Chelsea team that are intimidated by the situation.
I would actually say that this feels more like when we played them at Wembley.
I spoke in a couple of games, and people said to me that you wouldn't see Liverpool revert and sit a bit deeper. But at the moment, Chelsea are making that happen a little bit. But obviously, it's early in the game.
I don't particularly think they're sitting deeper. I think you're just almost forcing them back.
We're just suffocating them in.
Match,
yeah,
really,
it is indeed.
There's two. Let's be realistic. Both very good tacticians, and that's essentially what you're going to be. You're going to be playing for space.
This is where if someone look, we've obviously got a centre back coming out every single time. That's what I worry about. But then Reece will just have that battle all day against Gap.
Yeah, he's got that comfortably, I think.
It's just where Sanchez. No, I can't stand this bloke, mate. Every game.
Yeah. And one leads to a goal.
Yeah. Look at this. Reece does fine.
Simple
Nothing wrong with that. What are you trying? He kicks it straight at him. It's every game. I know we've not conceded, but what is he doing?
You can easily. He did it.
Guys, smash a like if you don't think Sanchez is good enough to be Chelsea's captain. Chelsea's goalkeeper, sorry. I'm just looking at our captain on the ball. Lavia tackled there. Every time they go down, come on, get back up, move well. That's all I want to see.
The one thing I will say is Lavia is he shows for the ball a lot more.
Just over run. Sancho going inside. Oh, Jackson. This is what I mean about Jackson. He's going to give them something to think about.
He may not touch the ball.
Sancho, but he's just got to be able to score. Oh, Sancho's foot penalty.
Ref.
Sancho's footwork is
That's
a joke.
What we looked at.
Go win it. Go win it. Go win it. Oh, look at this pressing from Chelsea. Come on. It makes you wonder how... Lavia.
Press resistance is phenomenal. I reckon he's one of the best in the world. Yeah, do you remember you used to watch Busquets and be like, no one's getting near him?
Yeah.
He's just about to lose the ball and it goes.
I just hope he's okay.
Who, Sancho?
Lavia.
Yeah, he's all right. We'll wait and see after 45 minutes.
I think
what is Lavia's problem? Because Reece is obviously his hamstrings are just.
Yeah, I don't know with Lavia. I feel like Lavia's in the same sort of boat. I think he's just way too dynamic for his own good. I think the way they move, I just think they twist and turn so quickly. They're so agile and they're so muscular at the same time.
Yeah.
I just think it's a recipe for disaster to play that much football.
Yeah,
I think that's what it is. If you say, look, Lavia, you're quality, mate, but it's 1 game a week for the rest of your life.
and one of your days is just recovery.
Yeah, and
like you don't do the extra training day.
You deal with that. Well, I think you take that.
These players are good enough and are definitely at a good enough level to be able to understand systems within one.
Caicedo to turn. Look at that. Receiving the ball inside every single one of them. Go on. Breaks that line.
You don't get this from Enzo.
Sancho 1-on-1 again. Oh, unlucky. Sancho is testing Trent today.
Yeah.
No, you don't. And look, we get it again. We're having if this is our spell, fair enough. But if we keep this up all game, goodness me, I'm impressed. 20 minutes in, Sancho again. It's non-stop Sancho, by the way. Cole Palmer and Madueke. Madueke's probably getting cold. You might have to do a warm-up.
Yeah, might do.
I've barely seen the ball. Out to Rick. Go on, Reece. This is it. This is it. This is it. Go on, Mads. Take him on.
Look, Reece picks up this position. I love Reece.
Come on, Reece. Oh, cross is not corner. Oi, this is what I'm saying. No. This is a great start.
Yeah,
this is a great start.
Back up there.
This is a great start. This is a great start. And this is what I said. This would happen. You're out on the right. You're getting so concentrated to the right-hand side.
That is a foul.
That could be a pen.
That is a foul. It's not even being looked.
Is that the first time it's been out of play? That's a penalty.
It could well have been, but that is 100% a penalty. Trent is a shocking defender.
That's a pen. I'm sorry, that is a penalty. How has that not been looked at?
How Reb needs to get on his phone.
Go on, Gusto. No, he's taking too long. Oh, he's got away. Reece. Jackson! Oh, it's not even Jackson, is it? Who is it? Tosin. Offside.
No,
I think they said offside. Oh.
The ref's signal there is not for offside. No.
He's not calling offside.
It's a foul here.
He's not off.
No, so I think they're calling for a foul here because he doesn't blow and put his hand up.
Okay, fair. Oh, yeah, they have free kick. Cole Palmer. Oh, my gosh.
I know it's easier to say.
Go win it, Mads. Okay, how quickly do we get... Right, this is where Liverpool have bypassed our press now. Get back in, because I can see we've done well there.
Doesn't matter, okay. Jones is trying to pass it.
Everyone get back in, into the 4-4-2. Score prediction, 4-3 to Chelsea. Cole Palmer will score second, and Jackson will score 2. Salah will score a hat-trick. Look, Salah scoring against Chelsea is not an unrealistic call, I don't think. He loves playing against Chelsea. Absolutely does.
Anyone that's been at us loves playing against us. Lampard. I feel like if you can keep Liverpool in this sort of area, I don't feel like there's much of a danger because our defence is quick enough to get in that small gap that's behind. I worry about Sanchez being the key.
Go on, Jackson. I kind of agree with you. It's just going to be how long we can stay concentrated for. But it's times like that where Levi's done really well there. Lavia getting pressed.
That is a foul as well, by the way.
Yeah, but not an issue for him. Rolls his man there again.
Yeah, I just worry about the impact.
Yeah, of course. That's the thing, isn't it? We can't trust his body at the moment. Same with Reece loses the ball.
But that's a foul. Come on, ref.
That's a foul all day. Yeah.
He needs to be quicker on this. This precious cargo, that is.
James got into trouble and the whistle went. Well, I'm not sure I agree because he's away there and then all of a sudden there's a hand on his back.
He's taking it into a dangerous position. I feel like he needs to go out.
Oh, do you know what? I actually... That second view, I don't know what's happening. Madueke's 1-on-1 in the box, though, with Van Dijk. Passes. Cole Palmer!
Cole!
Oh, no. If anyone you wanted to fall to... We've done the counter press again. Caicedo. Poor ball.
Van Dijk needs to get his...
Win it, Lavia. Go on, son. Go on, Madueke. Oh, mate, we look like we can win the ball. This is where you have to trust.
My worry. Tosin needs to put a shift in there.
So does Colwell against Salah 1-on-1. He's gone to the floor. He's going to have to foul him. He doesn't. Salah to shoot. Penalty.
No, that's not. No.
There were hands. There was hands.
Yeah. Colwell. That was poor from Colwell.
That's the threat, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the threat. That's the.
I actually think that we've slightly disrespected how effective Salah is.
There's hands.
I mean, if it gets looked at, it gets looked at. But then you start the argument again. Why was the other one not looked at?
He don't win the ball.
No. I don't know what he does there, to be honest.
He doesn't win the ball. Like you can't do.
He doesn't think he can get to the ball. but realises too late when his hand's already touched.
I have to say, Tosin and Levi Colwill have got away with something there. Trent's got away with one as well.
Unless they're not giving penalties as frequently, because realistically, there's not loads of contact.
Slots been booked. There isn't loads, but the fact that Salah's gone down, no one's won the ball. He's in a shooting position, and Levi Colwill is the only contact he's made is 2 hands.
But I think the issue there,
you would want a pen if you wanted a pen for what happened to Sancho. You'd want a pen if that was Salah was your player there.
Yeah, but he stood on his foot. You can't get away.
Colwell's not been booked, has he? I think only Arne Slot got booked for that challenge.
How's that been looked at? We obviously can't hear, but
Salah again shoots, roll. Oh, he's kicked him. What is Levi's penalty?
Yeah.
What is he doing? Levi's lost his head here.
Ridiculous.
Oh, this is the thing. This is what's going to happen with youngsters. Levi's looked so good, but he hasn't really settled yet. That's silly. He's just absolutely smashed him. That's so silly. There's no need for that. That's just pure clumsiness.
What is he doing?
He's not even goal side. You can't do that. It's like, don't get me wrong, it's not the hardest kick in the world, but it's just a pen. And if the Salah won't eat, look, they know it straight away. What do you think you've done, Levi? That's a penalty.
He was thinking he got away with it, and then the ref's blown up for it. That's ridiculous. That is almost similar to the Bournemouth game.
Yeah. Come on, Sanchez.
This is the only concern I have about.
They checked it on VAR, by the way, and the refs basically just repointed to the spot. Oh, that's so annoying because actually on the run of play, Liverpool absolutely do not need. They absolutely do not deserve this. They just don't.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, come on. Save it, Sanch. Come on. Salah. No, we've said it already. We know what he's like against Chelsea. I think 27 minutes in, Chelsea have had the better run of play. Haven't really created too much as chances go.
I mean, yellow card's being branded.
So we got yellow for Jackson.
All he's done is just
mouth off, but they're not allowed to speak anymore. It's captains only.
All Jackson was doing there was speaking to his keeper.
Well, I don't know if he
was in the area, come on. That's what the camera's showing anyway.
Jackson has picked up too many yellows for this club doing things like that.
Yeah, his what do you call it? Like his discipline.
Come on then.
Is horrendous.
Salah with his fresh trim.
Must have made looks better.
Do you know what? That's probably the first close-up I've seen of that hair transplant. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Obviously, always going bottom right as well, I think.
I think he takes a penalty very similar to Jamie Vardy.
1-0. Shocking. I'll tell you what, that's on Levi. It's as good as he's been in games as well this season. That is on Levi Colwill, unfortunately. There's nothing that can be done about that. If you kick a man, you know, he's had 2 moments there where he's just
the 2 moments he's been called into question. He's essentially let himself down there.
Yeah.
He could have given a foul away instantly. He could have given another penalty away, depending on how you look at it. And then he has gone and given a penalty away.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know.
Come on, Chelsea. I just think with moments like that you learn from. You become better for making mistakes like that.
You hope so.
You do.
But then there's a lot of players that don't ever learn.
Yeah, there is, but Levi, for me, I hope he can. I've seen Levi improve this season off of the back of other things. This is a test now. How do we respond?
Jota going off?
Maybe. He's been struggling a little bit, yeah.
I wonder if
Jota's going off here, so Darwin Núñez is going to come on. That's from earlier on.
Yeah, I think it's his rib. He might have, near the ribs. I think he might potentially have like a broken rib or something there because the way he moved to high five one of the players going off.
Winced.
Yeah.
Darwin Núñez is going to come on. Darwin's a threat because I'll tell you why Darwin's more of a threat in this game for me than Jota. Is because in those moments when the ball's gone over to top to Salah twice, that ball went over the top to Salah, right? Yeah. Twice. And that's what we said before the game. Salah's going to be a threat there. I've been saying it all week. What happens on that left-hand side where we vacate a player inverting or a player advancing? And it's happening. And then obviously Salah is going to eventually win one of those battles. One of them should be a pen. The second one ends up being a pen on Curtis Jones. Was it Curtis Jones?
Yeah.
And then now, not only do they have a runner in Salah, but they also now have a runner in Darwin Núñez.
Who's an absolute handful.
We know he's a handful. He's just not.
Look at him. He's an absolute live wire already.
There you go.
There you go. That didn't take long.
Smash. Out comes Sanchez.
You
But straight away, Darwin Núñez causing a threat because he's actually more suited for how this game is so far than Jota by an absolute country mile, I'd say. Anyway, they're in behind here. This could be a rout. Oh my gosh, corner.
If we don't get to take control of this at some point, this could. You look at
this is when Liverpool are scary.
Yeah.
This is when Liverpool are scary because they smell blood and they just go straight for it. They're sharks, mate.
And you know for a fact that Anfield is absolutely rocking at the minute. They're just getting up for it, and that's a very, very difficult situation to be in for an inexperienced team.
Yeah, it's what you have to. We've done it before. We got put to the sword at Anfield last year in a similar situation. We ended up conceding 4. We never quite got back into the game, and even when we scored last year, which was a good goal, well done, Tosin. Good header away. Get out a little bit quicker than that for my liking, Chelsea.
I think these
set pieces are an issue for me.
These are the situations where you need. This is where you need your world class players and experienced defenders and goalkeeper.
Curtis Jones gets in front of Salah, cross ball, goal. There you go, 2-0.
Not offside?
Offside, maybe? Offside. Yeah. This is what we were saying. Yeah. You can see it happening in front of your very eyes. It could be 2-0. If it's not for offside, this is what happens. Chelsea are not able to compete with Liverpool here. Like the way Liverpool are, look at it, it's just sloppy from Chelsea, actually. We're all over the place. And what I'll say is, this is what I've been suggesting, right? You can see where Gusto is. Gusto is like 3 players higher than where he should be in terms of his position. And this gap between Colwell and Tosin is Salah. It's just only Salah in there. I've said this all week. You can't invert someone from the left. And I went on Don's channel and I was chatting to Don, and Don said to me, like, Maresca won't invert. He won't do it because of this situation occurring. And we've all said it. And now look, it's actually happening. Like, Maresca's made a mistake by allowing that to happen.
If Pep's inverting, Maresca's inverting. It's as simple as that. I'm sorry, but in this situation, and I don't want to go back to it like the olden days, Mourinho's made a change here already because he knows he's made a mistake.
Yeah.
Tuchel is making him a change here because he admits that he's made a mistake.
Here we go, Jackson. Look, the ball's held up so nice. Oh!
Is he in the post?
I think he might have. He's asking for a corner. Chelsea have just got a lot back in. And I think Maresca as a coach needs to address that space that Salah's finding and Darwin Núñez is finding.
Great pass.
Unbelievable. Took Van Dijk out the game.
But this is my problem. Cole Palmer has now gone out to the right-hand side, and he's occupying that right-hand side. One, that doesn't allow Reece to get further forward. Fine, because it means that Reece isn't going to be using his legs up and down, which might cause a problem. But then he's also nowhere near the edge of the box to be feeding on scraps there.
Yeah.
Because Jackson, don't get me wrong, you want to strike if you're aiming for a goal, but you also need to be aware of what's coming into.
Who played the pass?
Caicedo.
Yeah, unreal. The way it held up then as well, I thought it was just going to roll out of play.
Yeah.
Guys in the chat, what are we saying about this one? Oh my gosh, Cole Palmer pressing well there. People tell me Cole Palmer don't press.
For defending from the front, Cole Palmer's phenomenal.
Yeah, so good.
Wins the ball back high so often. It's like, he's a complete footballer.
Come on, Samuel. We can do it. We can do it.
I saw something recently. It was a comparison to Dennis Bergkamp from Cole Palmer. I thought it was insulting, I'll be honest.
Because of the flick, I think the other week.
It might have been, but I think it was before that. Palmer is so much more of a complete player
than Bergkamp.
Yeah.
Well, he gets
ask the fans why I like that, but
I don't know. I think he has the potential to be better than Bergkamp. I don't know whether he's done enough yet to be better than Bergkamp, has he?
He's more of a complete player than him.
It doesn't mean that he's better.
Never said he was better.
Oh, I think Bergkamp's just got years of doing it. If Cole Palmer carries on at this trajectory, though, he would be miles above him.
Well, yeah, but we're not talking about better. We're talking about likeness.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think I'd be making that comparison between him and.
Exactly, it's not the comparison you need to make.
No, I don't think I've seen. I actually don't know who I'd be comparing Cole Palmer to.
Cole Palmer is
unique.
Yeah, it's every so often someone comes along that you don't really see.
Gusto's being bullied here by Salah.
What? Offside? Or Gusto's fouled?
No, Gusto's fouled.
Salah just looked annoyed there when he got given the foul. He looks tired.
Salah.
Yeah.
Do you know? Right. This is.
It's probably the travelling.
No,
fair.
honestly, I think someone said to me during the week. They said Salah looks tired. I think they said in Egypt he looked tired or something.
Has he been playing on the international break?
No, I don't think he did. I think they sent him home. Get the fullbacks up top and help the wingers get the centre back. Need Jackson to poach. Yeah, I actually think going forward we've been okay. Since that goal we've sort of.
What's the chance creation?
I haven't seen it. I'm sure you can find that somewhere. But I think since that goal Chelsea haven't looked. We just need to settle, and I just think Gusto's probably being asked to sit back a little bit deeper now. He's done well there. Go on then. Sancho up against Trent. I mean, Trent's not really been able to get forward much, has he? We've definitely kept him a little bit more, probably more frustrated because of what Sancho's been doing. He does well there. That's another potential pull inside the area.
Sancho's
Darwin looking to play a through ball. Wow, Darwin Núñez dropping into centre midfield.
Go on, Reece.
Distributing like that. Gakpo turns Reece with ease. Szoboszlai to shoot. Yeah, way too easy.
Yeah, it was far too easy.
Way too easy. Like Reece.
That's rust.
That is rust.
That's rust.
Reece has been turned.
I just jump into his defence straight away, but
has to be.
Yeah, that's rust.
I just think the position we're seeing Reece James in today it's just not the answer.
Reece isn't a right back, as in a natural right back, like an Ivanovic right back. Reece
he could
a modern day right back.
Maybe this position saves Reece. That's the only thing.
No, it might do, and don't get me wrong.
Madueke enters the box here, left foot, passes to Palmer. I'll tell you what, it's just so congested. There's so many red shirts back there. I just don't see players finding it easy to find space. Levi does. Wow. I don't know if that's a yellow. Levi's got to be careful. I'm sure him and Tosin are booked.
No, I don't think
Levi's not. Oh, who's the other player that's booked?
Tosin's booked for the last man one. Jackson got booked.
Levi didn't get booked for the penalty?
I don't think I saw a yellow card come out because the only one I thought I saw was the Jackson one. I'm sure it'll be on a stats page or something.
Let's see. Jackson and
Midfield is getting pulled everywhere.
Yeah, it is now. Well, no, because it's been pressing high, hasn't it? London is blue. Come on. It's
So Liverpool today.
We've been in maybe that's our spell. Do you know what I mean? Like maybe we had a spell where we were pressing really nicely, and then we just give away like such a cheap pen.
But in these situations, when you concede, especially against Liverpool side, all you need, I feel like for the next 5 minutes, you sit in, soak up a bit of pressure.
Look, Gusto's vacating straight away.
Yeah.
Which I just think, fair enough. Look where he's got on the ball.
That's what you want to see.
That is exactly it. But at the same time,
get Sancho one-on-one.
Go on, corner.
Corner, fine. Don't mind that.
All right, fair enough.
Corners, how effective are we?
No, I don't think we've been that good from set pieces.
For a set piece coach.
I just don't think we've been that good from set pieces.
I feel like a set piece coach. The manager's probably got them trying to.
But you know what? That Gusto moment just then, where he just broke and went straight away and vacated that space. That's obviously the perfect scenario of what they've been trying to work on in training. That won't happen every time. And 9 times out of 10 against Liverpool, I actually think that Liverpool will end up coming out better on that situation. I just think they will. I think you're playing against one of the best sides in the league.
I think that situation.
It's another shit corner. Like, what are they doing?
I think that situation with the Gusto.
Get up. Who's there?
Any sort of challenge on these players? Because Jackson's half-assed his jump and.
Come on, Caicedo.
Win something there.
Cool, right.
Do you remember Azpilicueta when he first came to Chelsea? Massive throw.
Yeah.
Never got used.
No, at times. Ivanovic had it though, didn't he? As well, had a massive throw. Go on, Reece. Massive throw. Not as bad as what we saw at Dorking the other day.
No,
that was horrific. Boys, get in the box. Get in the box. Guys telling him how good his long throw was going to be, and he literally barely got the ball. 6-yard box.
Sound effects are unreal.
Yeah, here we go.
Jackson, nice little bit of movement there. Kanate.
Get the ball on the floor. No one's even giving him a shout. Jackson stitched him with that touch. It's come up. Oh, they're in here. Tosin's done well. No, actually really good. And the potential of that pattern to have worked out was nice. But Jackson's touch has gone above Caicedo's head.
Yeah, you can't be doing that. I'm a little bit... My concern here is Tosin seems to be stretching for the ball an awful lot. Doesn't seem to be recovering very well. I actually would say this centre back pairing. It just seems they've not got a clue. Whereas realistically, like we were saying about Van Dijk earlier, you could put anyone in. Tosin could go in there, more controlled. Because he's got this defence on essentially lock.
Yeah, Tosin needs a game like this where Van Dijk and like that. They need that where they're dominating the ball, they're on the ball, or they're sitting in a low block and they're just headering away. I feel like that's where Tosin's okay. Tosin at the moment is in a foot race every single time, and that's just not. Oh, what's happened here? Someone's gone down.
Is that Jackson?
Jackson's gone down here, off the ball.
Now this could potentially be like.
You just don't know.
ACL.
Whenever a player goes down off the ball like that, it's worrying. He's back.
I don't know what's happened.
I don't know what happened here.
He's holding everything.
Yeah.
This suggests to me, I don't think has he played for Senegal in the last 3 games?
What is going on? This is the thing, isn't it? This is where there's too much football. Because, like, this is the 3rd player now. Is he all right? I hope he is.
The travelling and everything I don't think you recover that well. Like, you can't recover that well in a couple of days. It doesn't matter how much you get paid. It doesn't matter how much you get, like, treated on.
Yeah.
Like, realistically, if you sit on a plane for 8 hours, how are you feeling when you get off of it?
Yeah.
If you get off the plane, you're like, oh, everything's a bit tight. Oh, he might be peak physical fitness, but...
Is it from that? Oh, it's from that impact, no? Is it?
It could well
That's
be.
where he's landed, where
that
he was holding.
That was 10, 15 minutes.
You know, sometimes look, he's held it straight away. It's from that. He's hurt his back. Someone else hurt. Oh, Danny Welbs. Danny Welbs did his back yesterday. Yeah. It was really weird. The way Welbs went down, he went off with gas and air on a stretcher off of holding his back. And he definitely weren't on international duty. I don't think. Oh, I thought Tosin was. I'll watch our women's team. Oh, okay. Yeah, Riley, don't watch WSL too much, mate. We're watching the Premier League at the moment. So we're just obviously seeing how Chelsea get on against Liverpool this afternoon. We're currently losing 1-0. If you're new to the channel, make sure to drop a like on this one. We're on 20 likes already, which is actually unreal. If we could hit 40 likes today, I think that'd be great.
Good start. Talking there suggests maybe a bit of misunderstanding from the positioning.
Yeah.
Maresca's basically just said to him, "Carry on doing what you're doing. I'm fine with it." I've grown to like Maresca a little bit more. I think that comes with results, and I feel like he's speaking better, and I'm just more.
You can understand what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
The only thing is, I just think that you have to wonder whether or not some things can be addressed, and I think it was obvious, like, that space was going to be an issue, and it's led to a penalty.
And potentially
led to 2. Yeah, I just think that was always going to be an issue.
Also, regardless of if Salah gets a penalty or not, if he doesn't go down, that area is not where you want Salah. He scored an absolute screamer from that position against us before. Yeah. I want to know why Jackson's gone down off the ball if he's just going to be walking back onto this pitch.
Yeah, well, they need to warm Nkunku up at half time, don't they? Not what you want to see.
No. Nkunku's not the player
gone out of play. We've got lucky there. They broke down that right-hand side again. It's just gone out of play. Szoboszlai is an absolute engine.
I really like him. I thought they did well to get him, and I thought he would have fit them absolutely perfectly. But he's also definitely got a strike on him.
Just don't see enough of it, really.
There is a lot of similarities with Liverpool as a club and Chelsea as a club, I think. Not history and
giving the
stuff
ball away again there. Jackson's not even able to hold the ball up there. Just don't get it. What's your thoughts on Celtic-Chelsea game pre-season? Yeah, it was all right. It was all right. It's just a pre-season game, wasn't it? Pre-season's not really what I focus on, to be honest with you. It's just the only thing you've got at that period of time in the summer.
It's an advertising campaign, isn't it?
Yeah, it just causes more injuries, I think, pre-season. Right, Sanchez. I'm looking to see what he's going to... I wonder how long we got added on here, actually, because there's been a few stoppages. There probably could be 10 minutes added here. Thinking about it. Here we go. He's great. Lavia's quality. Gusto, good feet. Sancho keeps the ball alive. Go on, Sanch.
I'd like one of the midfielders to be helping out a little bit more there, but
Cole Palmer's just being marked out of this game defensively, isn't he? He needs to do a little bit more. I just don't know how he does it at the moment. That's for him to work out when he's out there. He's that good. Cole Palmer's so much better than me. There's no point in me even saying what he needs to do because I'm sure he'll work out a way. Go on, take him on, Nonny. This is all part of the learning curve as well. Nonny does really well there, corner.
We're
Good.
looking at a very
5 minutes
inexperienced
seems
team.
short. This is the
Jota
thing,
was
isn't
down
it?
for 5
This
minutes.
Liverpool squad, like you said, for the majority of their biggest players have been together for years now.
Yeah.
Like absolutely
They've got
years.
a spine. You come up against Chelsea, but these players have been playing together since like.
Well, we got a back four that's never played together.
2003?
Back four that's never played together. This is Liverpool's best back four, isn't it? Like this is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, Jackson's going off half time.
He can't move.
Every time you look at him, you can't have. There's a passion.
Cole Palmer. It's
especially in
actually a
that
good
position.
corner. Big header. Where is Jackson? Yeah, he's not moving up well, is he? Gusto, yeah, well done, Caicedo. At least you're alert to it. Gusto's just not as sharp as he finished last season by quite some way.
He's not.
The overlap on the left to Gakpo is a joke. And then through the middle. Oh, Reece is there. Luckily, Sanchez. Another penalty. Oh, my God.
Why does Sanchez do this all the time? Who comes out?
What are we doing? What are we doing? Sanchez is shit. He's so poor. This guy is a walking liability. Don't get me wrong. The pass early on, well done for identifying it. But penalty, this bloke's a joke. It was your choice, Maresca. You decided to back this bloke. You're holding your hands up now.
Yeah, he's holding his hands up because he doesn't understand why it's a penalty.
It's obvious. How is that not a penalty? That's obviously a penalty. Jones, by the way, I'll tell you what, Jones has caused Chelsea problems today.
He does so well to not get that.
What are you doing?
Sanchez is
Wait, hang on. Has he won the ball?
Well, of course he's won the ball first, but he's come out like an absolute steam train. What keeper comes out of that? Come out of your fucking hands.
Ben. I don't know if he wins the ball first here. It could be a save. That could be a saving grace.
Does that matter if you?
Well, we ain't gone. Are they saying he's gone over the top of the ball? He's going to the thing. I think he wins the ball first, and this will be the only thing that is a saving grace here for him.
He's not gone over the ball in the sense that a player does with a tackle.
No. I think he's won the ball first. He's made first contact to the ball. That might be the only thing that saves him.
If a player comes out and wins the ball like that, it's reckless. So therefore, it is a penalty.
Yeah,
because he's come out and absolutely.
I don't know. He won the ball first.
But yeah, if you're looking at that as
they need to rewind. Look. Show it. Wins the ball before any contact. Yeah. That might be the only saving grace. But as a keeper, coming out like that is reckless and stupid. And if a penalty is awarded, that's your own fault. But actually, in this situation, he might make first contact, which could save him. He might make first contact.
Maybe that's the point of Maresca.
But that angle don't look great. Hang on.
No,
he does touch the ball first. He does touch the ball first.
I don't think this angle is more of a put it in favour of. I don't know what they're checking.
He touches the ball.
It'll definitely be overturned, in my opinion.
First contact. They're saying first. I think honestly, first contact could save him here. First contact is what's going to save him. Other than that, stupidity. Yeah. Other than that, he's got away with that. He's absolutely got away with that.
I will say that this is where you're like VAR affected.
Yeah.
Used correctly. He's looked at the monitor because he can't see the angle, and that does look like a penalty from any other angle.
But do you know how lucky that we're talking milliseconds there gets him first contact?
He comes out of his hands. This is never a question because he slid, caught the ball with his hands. That's what a goalkeeper does. You come out your feet, it looks like a slide tackle.
Yeah.
But
that's it. It's so unorthodox the way he commits is that it looks like a penalty. And also, if he doesn't make first contact, that is a guaranteed stonewaller. He's saved by the fact he got there a second quicker.
The ball has gone underneath his leg.
He is a liability.
I'm not happy.
The risk versus reward scenario with Sanchez in goal is absolutely not worth it.
And I think part of that situation comes from Sancho being not very good, essentially.
No, I don't want people spamming comments in the chat. Simple as that. Just don't bother spamming comments. We're watching Chelsea versus Liverpool.
That was a heavy touch. Oh, he's got.
Go on, Mads.
Getting one-on-one. Gusto. The comment.
Oh, Lavia's a joke. Oh, well recovered though. Unlucky Gusto.
I feel like Gusto probably could have won that on his feet. The Sancho coming inside it's just not an option there. That midfield is back straight away. Well done, Reece. Get on the seconds. All right,
All
fine.
Oh, this game has just been erratic.
Not happy with that. I think Caicedo won the ball quite fairly there. He's an unorthodox footballer.
Yeah.
But
I just think Sanchez is such a liability. It's all the time. Don't get me wrong. The pass in the first half that he did that for Cole Palmer's goal of the month against Wolves. Come on, Mads.
There you go.
Shoot. Palmer. Oh! That's your moment. Quiet all first half, really.
Yeah.
And then that's his moment. He does find a way to do it. Oh, look at the movement's quality. Oh, it's
must admit, Van Dijk, great block. Give him credit there, but Cole to find that space.
No, did it touch Van Dijk?
I thought it did. I thought it changed the trajectory of the ball, but if not, fair enough.
I don't know if it did. I don't know if it did. No. That's not a corner, is it?
No, I don't think so, actually. No. All right, fair enough. No, I'll take that back then.
Caicedo. Come on. Jackson, is he moving a bit better now? Oh, Madueke, throw.
He might just be a bit stiff. You might need, like, I know it's cliche, but you might just need one of the massage, like, a bit deep heating or something, loosen him up a bit. Because
he's not moving well at all, is he? Come on, Caicedo. Come on. Oh, what's wrong? Oh, he's holding his leg now. I don't like the way so many players keep holding the back of their legs.
But then he's rubbing the front.
Yeah. Why has that become a thing now?
It did look like his foot got stuck in.
I hope not.
On first look, it did look like his foot got stuck in the ground. Because if that happens, then
no, it's just
there. That's what I was talking about. But I think he just gets fouled and wanted a free kick. But I don't like that because there's too many ACL injuries.
Yeah.
And the amount of players that are getting ACL injuries, and that's the first thing you see.
You just look, he's still holding it as well. The fact that this guy plays with a knee brace non-stop as well, and then he's not wearing one. Come on, ref. There's a hair pull or something there. I don't know whether we're going to have time for this free kick.
Yeah, I think we will because we had the stoppage in between. There's probably another minute added on because of the VAR check. Definite foul. Cole Palmer's body position there is great. Flick around the ear.
Oh. Come on.
For all the criticism he gets for not being the smartest person, he's an unbelievable smart footballer.
Oh, yeah, no, he's so...
That's something else.
Go on, Reece James, Cole Palmer. It's a good cross. You can see it already. Is that a corner?
Yes.
No, half-time.
Oh, there you go.
Mate, how's he not letting that corner happen?
That happened recently, no?
Oh, 1-0. I think lucky. I think it's lucky. I think off of what happened, there could have been a couple of penalties for Liverpool there. I think it's lucky. I really do. I think
we need to start actually creating concrete chances there because
we had a really good spell up until the first penalty.
But not many chance creation.
Not really. Cole Palmer's probably had our best chance. It's come at the end of the half, and I mean, you kind of expect him to do a little bit better. Frustrating, but it is what it is. Oh, Chelsea. It's so frustrating because we said this would be a tough game. We did say this would be a tough game, but we all knew that ultimately it would be a tough game because Liverpool would make it really difficult for us to play. But we actually had an opportunity to play and we didn't really take our chances, which is a shame. I feel like there was a little bit of an issue on that left-hand side and a bit of sloppiness where I knew that recovery might be an issue there. I think Sancho could have had a pen. I think Liverpool could have had a few pens, and they did get one, nearly got a second. It is what it is. There's always going to be controversy in a game like this. There always is. Look, let me know your thoughts. Are we happy with the performance so far? I genuinely don't think it's been that bad. I just don't think it's been that bad. But what I'll say is it always comes down to officials and things like that, because I know for a fact that on yesterday's evidence, that Saliba tackle means that Tosin probably should be off if you're saying Saliba's is a red, or is Saliba's not? Hard to say. Difficult questions for the PGMOL. Yeah, I agree, Bilal. Do you think we're unlucky, or do you think they're penalties? Because I think they probably were penalties, to be honest with you. I think they probably were. I think the majority of I need to stop the clock. I think the majority of Chelsea's play in that half up until the goal was quality. Like, I was really impressed. Really, really impressed. But look, second half, we've started well in second half, so hopefully we can come out in a good way in the second half. I think it just got a bit chaotic there, and with a young squad, you just need to chill out and just be like, look, we've got a way to come in at 1-0 because Liverpool could have had another pen, they could have had another opportunity. Curtis Jones, that run from midfield, breaking the line when Chelsea think they've got the situation covered, and then he breaks the line. I mean, that's a serious issue. Sancho, yeah, I agree, Bilal. That should be a pen, shouldn't it? Sancho's been our best player, no? Probably Lavia or Sancho?
I probably would have said Lavia, to be honest.
Lavia's been class.
Sancho's had the ball a lot.
Yeah.
But we're not actually getting anything out of it.
Yeah.
So
I think also what Sancho's done is reduce Trent Alexander-Arnold to just being defensive.
Yeah, that's fine.
Which I think that's huge in a game against Liverpool.
It's like Trent hasn't left his own half.
Yeah, well, he's been quiet in terms of impact in the game. So has Reece James, and I think this is an issue that we've seen with Reece James under Maresca in a very small amount of time. He's nullifying him to an extent where he just isn't Reece James.
Maybe.
What would you? I have to wonder, right? What would you rather? Would you rather a fit Reece James, and maybe he plays like this just to get match fitness, and gets his body used to just getting through games again, and then he can start to become more dynamic and just sort of break the rut?
Apart from one situation, Reece James as a defensive right back today has been sound.
Yeah, but that's just not where you want him. He's not playing as a right back, is he? He's playing as a centre back the majority of the time.
Well, he's on the right hand side.
Yeah, but they move. You're seeing it. They're moving round. He's not just playing as a right back out and out. Loki think we've been better than Liverpool so far. The game plan hasn't worked at all. I don't think it has, but I think at times it's won in penalties. Why are we starting James for this game? I think he does. I think Reece James probably at times looks a little bit rusty. The delivery was good that he made when he got into that area of the pitch. I just think Reece James right now, this just isn't where I'd want to be seeing Reece James occupying, because we saw against Forest what Reece James can do when he's allowed to be advanced and allowed to have an impact on the game.
Has to open up a little bit for Reece James to be able to be like that, because we had a lot of open games with Poch, especially towards the end of the season, and in a 3-2 game, that's perfect for Reece James to come on. But the game is still pretty cagey, realistically, throughout the whole first half. And neither team's had like total domination. There's been spells where Liverpool have been the better team. There's spells where Chelsea have been the better team.
At that.
But no, if Reece sits 5-10 yards back and doesn't spend the whole game sprinting up and down, and we get Reece for a full season, fine. He can make 3 sprints in the next half.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
One of them might be effective.
Yeah,
and that's fine.
I think that's what we have to look at, chat, is that like, we would all rather have Reece available for a longer period of time. The one thing I'll say is that this is a really good point, what Dan Knight is saying. Would you take him off? Like, do you just let him play a full 90 straight away?
No. Dan said it earlier, 55, 60 minutes, you'd be seeing Reece James come on. I think Vega will probably come on and Gusto will go right back. But
Charles says, wow, Liverpool are unstoppable when they decide to play ball, and what a centre-back pairing. Wow. I'll be honest, Charles, I don't think we've seen that Liverpool today.
No, it's definitely... But I never think you see the best Liverpool against Chelsea.
No, but I don't think Liverpool have looked unstoppable today. I just think there's that moment where they smell blood after the goal.
I'd actually go as far as to say that if Cole hadn't been so reckless, then Liverpool wouldn't have...
They might not have scored.
How many shots on target have there been in this
I
game?
kind of agree. I think that's an outrageous statement. I think Chelsea failed to get their control back that they had before that penalty, which is reckless and silly from Levi. Penalties unreal from Salah as per.
There we are. Big chances, one apiece.
Yeah.
Total shots 3.
How many shots Chelsea had?
Total shots free.
Oh, what about? Oh, right, okay, yeah. I don't think Liverpool. To say Liverpool have looked unstoppable today is not realistic.
So the difference is defensive errors, and realistically,
Yeah.
you're looking at, like we said earlier, like the best Liverpool defence you're going to see against the Chelsea defence that
never played together before.
Never played together. I mean, Colwell doesn't play with Tosin either because Tosin plays in the cup games.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, Levi Colwell is the only stalwart of that defence. Even Gusto's missed games with injury this season.
I still don't agree with that.
I said unstoppable if they decide to play. I didn't say they played well.
I don't know when they've decided to play
because whole half, but then they did. They're unbelievable. Charles, I think we're watching a different game, mate. To be honest with you, I think Liverpool are a very good side, but I've seen Liverpool look far better in other games this season. I don't think they have looked unstoppable.
No, I don't.
They haven't scored from open play, mate. When a team is scored, like Chelsea against Wolves, when we won 6-2 in that second half, that's unstoppable. You know when we scored the 4 goals?
Yeah,
that's unstoppable.
I mean,
right?
Wolves let the
Chelsea, but Chelsea Brighton, that's unstoppable.
Yeah, well,
Liverpool not scoring from open play, that's not unstoppable because like it could have not been a penalty. So that's just a ludicrous comment to make.
I like the Chelsea representation on the Sky Sports panel.
There is Sturridge.
That's not Chelsea representation.
Yeah, it is.
No, I'm sorry, it's not. Considering when they put Daniel Sturridge up, they put from 2013 to 2019.
Yeah, Charles, mate, enjoy your conversation on another channel. I got to say, mate, honestly, you're deluded. I don't need people like you in the chat. Lionel, honestly, that was Palmer's opportunity, wasn't it? Jackson did nothing in the first half.
I think for about 10-15 minutes he was injured as well, but no, Jackson was never going to do
quiet.
He was meant to be a handful today. I don't think we were ever going to see much from him.
I don't know, but is Nkunku any more of a handful?
No, I think
this is why we all wanted Osimhen in the summer.
I think if you have Osimhen in this game, it's there's more effects from the striker, but I also feel like you still don't get much. You're feeding off scraps against the Van Dijk and Kickoff.
Yeah.
Like, what is realistically, and I'm not his biggest fan, but what is Jackson actually meant to be doing?
Literally feed off scraps and be there.
But then I don't see Jackson as that kind of striker.
Yeah, but look at
he's just meant to allow Van Dijk and Konate to just deal with him and create space for Cole Palmer.
Yeah, that is
and Madueke can come inside.
But that's the whole point, isn't it? And that's what Erling Haaland's so happy to do. And then Haaland will just eventually the scrap will come to him,
but he just scores,
and he'll score. Yeah,
2-3 times a game or something like that. But
well, when it happens, actually, there's debate that Haaland isn't scoring in the games that he should be scoring in at the moment.
Yeah.
So anyway,
3-game goal.
I think Jackson isn't going to be like the main man ever in a performance. I don't think in terms of coming up against the defence as good as physical as Liverpool's. It just isn't his game. But he might be there for a tap in. He might be there for that opportunity where he hit the post potentially. We're not sure if it hit the post.
On another day that somehow
goes in. So I think he did really well then, and I think Jackson doesn't stop. The only worry that is he might be injured, and I actually think Chelsea will. I don't know what Nkunku will bring to this game. I actually think Nkunku and Jackson could quite comfortably play together on another day. Maybe not this game, but I just wonder. Nkunku on his own never really convinces me that he's a lone striker. I feel like you actually Chelsea probably look a little bit weaker with Nkunku out there as a lone striker.
I think, Nkunku for me is like what Dele Alli was.
Striker. Yeah, I think
like, that. And Ida Johnson.
Ida, Dele Alli. Honestly, I think a Julian Alvarez, like that sort of player, is Nkunku's role. I think Jackson is the striker. I just don't think he's at the level that we all thought he'd.
I'm not sure.
I don't know if everyone thought he'd get to that level.
I'm not sure if that's a question, Dan. But if the only change that I would consider making is possibly maybe Vega coming on for Reece, but that's I actually and. Jackson, if he's not able to run, he's not able to move, then I don't think you should be on the pitch. But otherwise, I don't see what the bench is going to offer us more than what the players on the pitch are already going to offer us. The only thing I'd like to see Madueke just offer a little bit more when he's getting on the ball, but he's the Liverpool midfield is preventing that cutting inside. He's just completely stopping it.
Yeah.
So Madueke is then ineffective unless he goes to the byline, which, like I said before the game, the pace down the side of Robinson, he's got him twice.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we just got nothing out of it. But then what? Maybe a Mudryk if he goes to the byline. Do you get more out of it? Because Mudryk loves doing it on the left-hand side, which is weird considering he's a right-footed left winger. But
it's true, actually. Yeah,
he loves getting the ball onto his left foot and crossing it.
I think at half-time right now, I wouldn't make a change unless Jackson's injured. If Jackson's injured, I'd bring on. You'd have to just bring on Nkunku, wouldn't you?
I'd also be asking questions of Caicedo. If the geezer keeps holding the back of his leg, I'd sort of be like,
yeah, I agree, Bilal. I think Neto is probably the type of player that you'd be looking at bringing on instead of if Madueke stays. Madueke's not been quiet. I just think it's going to be a difficult afternoon for him because the majority of our plays going down the left-hand side, not his side. Lavia, we obviously don't know minutes-wise. Enzo might come on. Would I start James against Newcastle? Let's see if he gets through this one first. We've got another half to go. I just hope they manage Reece James. I think the biggest thing I want to talk about, and this isn't new, but how much longer do Chelsea persist with Sanchez as the keeper? Because, like, don't get me wrong, we can all see the quality in sometimes when he done it for Cole Palmer, he did it today for Sancho. Unbelievable pass. Well ahead of anyone else on the pitch at that time, bar Sancho. To pick that pass out, spray it 80 yards, unbelievable.
Yeah.
But when he makes that mistake against Gakpo early on, kicks the ball at him, then gets very, very lucky for that not to be a penalty by a millimetre. I just think is that you either have to say to him, look, you need to remove that from your game, or you go and get someone else. Because if they want someone that can play at the back, why haven't they gone to Brighton and bought that Jason Steele? I know he's a bit old, but he's perfect. And he doesn't come, and the reason he's in the side is because he doesn't come with the liability. And I'm not saying, by the way, Jason Steele, is that his name?
Brighton sub-keeper.
Well, he's their main keeper mostly.
Verbruggen.
As well. But we signed their third choice in Sanchez at the time. So surely they realised he was a better option. I'm not saying he should be the keeper, but there are keepers out there that are better with their feet and not as much of a liability as Sanchez.
Is Jorgensen better with his feet?
I don't actually know.
This is what I mean. We've got 9 keepers
we don't
on the
know
books currently. Like, well, I feel like if you've played a full season for us and then gone on loan to Strasbourg, you're probably not.
I think we need to see what Jorgensen's about, obviously in the other competitions up until Jan. And if he looks like he's solid, you risk it. You go, you know what? Because it was only because of Sanchez's injury that Petrovic got his chance.
Yeah, and took it. But he wasn't phenomenal with his feet.
No.
Not a bad shot.
Petrovic with his feet was not good at all.
No.
And Maresca would rather have a worse keeper in goal.
Yeah.
And him be better with his feet than have a better keeper in goal.
But then you look at Pep, he went, Joe Hart, he was ruthless with.
You can't have 9 keepers. You've got to be ruthless. And if they're not good enough, they're not good enough. Just trying to see if there's any changes here. I can't see any yet.
Substitution with Chelsea. I'm anticipating the Jackson's probably going to have to go off.
Did you say there's a sub?
Well,
Mark Guehi?
No, that's Neto.
Oh, Neto? I don't know. Is Neto coming on?
Is that Heitinger?
Oh, is that Johnny? Yeah. Oh, Neto's coming on, chat. Pedro Neto's coming on.
Before we know what do you think's happening there?
I don't know. I've got Jackson in a fantasy team now. I think he's going to drop a 0. 19. Is that Jackson?
Yeah. No, Jackson's 15. 19. Sancho.
Sanch? What? Is he injured?
But Jackson can't move.
He's full started as well. Wait. Hang on. Is Sancho injured? That's confused me. I think Sancho's been really good. Do you know what that reminds me of? I haven't been that shocked since Dacho Fofana got pulled at half time.
Boy, when was that?
Under Graham Potter, and then he never played again.
Yeah.
I hope Sancho's not injured. I've been too slow. I don't know.
If anyone's been too slow, it's been Gusto.
Yeah.
But the only thing Sancho has not done is hit Trent down the byline. But he's done it once or twice.
It's not like Sancho hasn't. Yeah.
I think
that's harsh.
Especially Neto for me doesn't offer what you need him to offer.
Especially with the players, right, that you've got. I think Neto at 60 was the shout from Bilal. I think now is is a risk. I think also, I don't know. I'm just bewildered by that. I think that's harsh on Sancho.
Yeah, let's see how it goes. It has to be an injury, and I'm a little bit concerned that he's still got Jackson out, who has been ineffective for the last 15 minutes because he can't move.
Well, he's probably okay. Otherwise, I'm sure they wouldn't have sent him back out. But
I don't know. He's come out holding his back. That doesn't bode well, to be honest. But although they know they're not playing in the week.
By the way, can we just say there's no way Sancho's been hooked for performance?
No.
He's been too good. People were saying Jadon Sancho's first half, 0 successful dribbles, 0 ground duels won, 0 tackles won. Sancho's not in that team to win tackles or ground duels. And dribble-wise, I think he took on his man. I think Sancho weren't that bad. I think that's harsh.
And I'll be honest, I've not seen this season from Neto how he's going to change this game.
I don't know. I think he could.
Right now.
I just don't know.
He's probably anticipating the fact that Trinket's going to get subbed off at some point.
No.
Trinket gets subbed off every game.
I honestly think one of Sancho's not completed dribbles is a penalty, by the way. So I just don't know. I think that's incredibly harsh on Sancho.
Does he think that Sancho's more likely to come inside? I think he's offside there, but Jackson he's
in it. Oh,
finished.
Offside.
He's offside, yeah, but great finish.
Great run.
Very, very, very difficult to finish from there with players chasing you down. I think he's unlucky there. Well, he's not. He's run offside, but I think Caicedo again with a great pass. No, he's on.
He could be onside. That foot is so far ahead of him.
What?
Hang on. What are we looking at? That foot is ahead of him.
Yeah.
That foot's ahead of him. This could be a goal. This could be a goal.
Go on back.
This could be a goal.
Back to the monitor. The goal is going to count, we believe.
That's a goal. Chelsea 1-1. Jackson. He should have taken him off. Should have taken him off, is what you said. Yes, he's so onside. Look at where his foot is.
I don't get why he's holding his back, but great finish. He's also going to land it on his back again.
Jacko, come on, geez. He's onside by miles.
Where's this screen thing?
Look at where his shoulder. Look, he's so onside.
This is what I don't like. That angle is not.
Yes! Come on. Wait. I'll tell you what, under pressure as well, it's a great finish. They have to put the lines up. They haven't. They've decided against semi-automatic as well. Honestly, PGMOA is an absolute shambles. Yes! 1-1. Get in. Come on, Action Jackson.
That is...
Get in.
What a finish.
Come on, Jacko.
Get in. Caicedo, by the way, pass.
Yeah, unreal.
Come
on, Shells. Come on, boys. Back in the game. Bobby, I'm not sure, mate. I feel like that's harsh. But anyway, 1-1. On perfect timing, mate. He's on. Get in, Bilal. Probably going to end 1-1 with penalties. Oh, come on. Get in. Oi, Jackson, what a finish, mate. That's what he's about. There's your scraps.
Yeah.
Go and score them. I'll tell you what, to call that a scrap's actually really harsh because it's a really good goal. It's perfect. Get in. Come on. Up the Chelsea.
Yeah, phenomenal. Right, let's keep this going.
Let's spam some blue arts in the chat. Get in. Come on. Come on. I'm buzzed. I've not even pressed play on the minutes. What are we on, by the way? 49. Where's it? We'll start from 50. Pretty much. Right, game's resumed. Reece James under immediate pressure there from Gakpo. Gakpo's giant, isn't he?
Yeah. I'm
just trying to get the time correct. Come on. I am buzzing with that. Back in the game. We deserve that. We deserve to be in that game. There's subs already. Vega and...
Badiashile
and Enzo? Hang on. That's too quick. Don't play for the draw. Oh, my God. Don't play for the draw. Oh, no. Is he actually going to play for the draw? Or is he going to play for the counter-attack now?
That is Reece and Lavia not playing any more than 50 minutes, 55 minutes.
So, so Gusto right back, Vega left back.
Oh, right, yeah. I forgot Vega was coming.
Enzo for Lavia. Oh, Badashile. A yellow. Who's on a yellow? Tosin? Levi?
I was thinking Tosin go right back, but
mate. Come on, boys. Oh, they're in here. Liverpool. Big touch goal. Sanchez.
Use your hands.
They're saying offside. Curtis Jones has been so good today.
The third man running is phenomenal from Curtis Jones. He is a great footballer, by the way. Sanchez is awful. What is going on?
And you know what? Yeah, he's just about to make all these defensive changes as well.
Sit back down, lads. Sit back down.
Come on. Sanchez doesn't give us a chance. He doesn't give us a chance. Curtis Jones has made that run so many times today. What are they doing at half time? How have they not identified that he's going to make that run time and time again? Look at him here. Cacedo's just not even got him.
Look at Tosin.
Hang on.
It's awful.
What? Reece is calling for offside. Look at Reece calling for offside. He's not even anywhere near offside, Reece.
Yeah, because he's looking at this one.
Oh, my gosh. How have we not picked that up at half time? The bloke's dragged Sancho and not understood that that's his third man run. Whose fault is it? Maresca, actually, to not have told Caicedo that run's going to keep happening.
No, whose fault was the pen?
Whose fault was the pen? Oh, Levi Colwell. Levi.
Yeah, the actual pen that was given, Levi Colwell was just head loss.
Honestly, there could have been about 3 or 4 pens.
Yeah. You can't be letting. No, I'm sorry, but the third man run, you have to be picking it out. The goalkeeper cannot be going like this to stop the ball going in.
Oh, come on, Chels. Come on.
He's still making.
Oh, boys, we've just gone 2-1 down. He's bringing on Badashile,
James,
Vega,
and
Enzo.
We're 2-1 down, and the whole defense is now changing.
That is huge to make those subs. That is huge to make those subs.
Get Mendy back in goal.
Those subs right now is huge.
All the energy from that midfield is gone now, by the way, considering.
Oh my gosh.
Don't get me wrong. If they've been told they can't play any more than 55 minutes.
4 subs.
Before 10 minutes into the second half.
Badashile is one of them. Oh, mate.
Why Tosin?
He's making them subs at 1-1, not at 2-1.
This is where you have question marks over him.
If Chelsea don't get back into this game now, that's on him. But they're going to sit in and counter attack and hope that speed gets them through it. Go on, Pedro. Lucky son. Go on, Gusto. Gusto might feel a little bit more comfortable today.
Yeah, but then you're going to have Gusto and Vega inverting maybe, but
Vega's looked all right.
Yeah, times. I think Vega's have been a really
good And Kunku's probably sat there like, again. And Kunku's going to leave, chat, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't see him staying because... Oh, unlucky. How has Enzo got on, mate? Honestly.
I don't get what's going on. Levi Cole has not got a clue what the rest of his defence is doing.
How are you making 3 defensive changes? Even if we lose, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, I think the issue is, honestly, like I thought you were right, Bobby. I think as soon as it went 2-1, he'd be like, hang on, I can't make those subs. They're way too defensive.
Because now we're going to be chasing.
Even if we lose, this is not the end of the world. Do you know what, Arne? It's the fact that we've been in this game. I've said 2-2. That's my prediction. So we're on to do it. I don't know about those subs, Maresca. Enzo Fernandez and Badashile, like, what are they doing? Like, how are they coming on?
They should be part of the bomb squad from the awful transfer window under Todd Bowley as sporting director. Yeah. I'm sorry, they're horrendous. Badiashile had one bad game and literally turned into a McVitie's digestive and crumbled.
Please. Yeah, honestly, you might as well pour custard all over Badashile, mate. Oh, it's just taken like obviously we did really well and it was a great goal. Come on, Enzo needs
pass, man. If you can't make a long pass, don't do it because he's not got it in his locker. He's not got.
Go on, Gusto.
Weren't seeing that in the first half from him. I mean,
no, I think he'll just feel more comfortable.
You're doing it up against Salah. He's so strong.
It's true. Go on, Cole. Cole Palmer needs to come alive. Come on, Cole. This is your game, son. You're the man on the pitch now. Enzo again. Actually, a great pass. Go on, Neto. Where's your runner? Vega. Neto goes inside.
And realises that he needs to use his
He's got no right foot. Yeah.
Cheers, Vega.
No worries, man. We'll keep you up to date, bro. We will keep you up to date. Come on. Vega's I like Vega. You know, it's not the substitution I expected to see, but I like him.
I'd actually, like we said earlier, I think he's the one that will be a bit
Go
to miss
on,
out.
Neto. Neto crosses.
Not a bad cross. Put it in a dangerous area, but Keller's on that straight away.
Yeah, all right. At least it's positive. Enzo Fernandez has got to have the game of his life. He has to.
Why are we not bringing Mudryk on? We all know that Mudryk 45 minutes because Liverpool is phenomenal.
I think he's just got, just don't know.
I think Mudryk can be pretty confident he ain't getting on, and Nkunku's going to get on.
Mudryk could get on. Yeah, he could if Madueke or someone is injured. Someone out of Nkunku and João Felix is going to be livid. Do we have a game Thursday?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why.
Panathinaikos?
Yeah. Oh, come on.
And then Newcastle next weekend. So we got 2 big games.
Come on, Badashile.
You just don't want to start it with a loss because.
To be fair, right, I'll say this to Badashile. He's got straight on the ball there in their half and started trying to play forward passes. Toastin didn't do that once.
No, Colwell wasn't doing that really. Badashile on the ball is comfortable.
Badashile on the ball is too comfortable.
Yeah,
that's the biggest issue.
Sanchez gets comfortable on the ball and then just makes an awful decision. His decision making is woeful, but like you said, you'll never win anything with Sanchez in goal.
Go on, Neto. Come on, chat. Guys, smash the likes for a Chelsea comeback. We need to show our support. Come on, Chelsea. We did really well to start the second half in the way that we did, and then it just got a bit chaotic, which is my only worry, is that we just let chaos rule us for a bit. But come on.
I hope them players can get full fitness back soon.
Yeah, because they look really good, haven't they? I have to say, that is so true. Reece James and Lavia, they look quality.
This is my concern.
It's almost like...
how high Enzo is now. Enzo's basically taking up the same position that Szoboszlai was taking up in the first half, but he's one of the defensive midfielders.
No, he isn't now. Enzo is not that, is he? Enzo just isn't mobile enough to be considered a defensive midfielder or an 8 or anything. Come on, keep the blue flag flying high. Come on, Chelsea. We've got a chance here. This game isn't done. I just think those substitutions after conceding a goal just feel really negative, but they might actually bring a little bit of balance to that defence, maybe.
Unless Maresca just
the only real issue with Badashile is that you just think there's a mistake in his game.
Yeah,
that's the issue with him, isn't it? You just think there's a mistake in him.
You can't be having that at centre back.
Vega, I actually don't mind, and we know he's a goal threat. And I think if that unlocks Gusto, that's okay, and that's what we all kind of expected before the game.
Great feat from Caicedo.
No, okay, chat. Hear me out on this, right? Would you rather Reece James not start and come on now, half hour?
No, because I think the intensity will be too high.
Right.
Because that's where I think.
Oh, what? That didn't look like a foul to me.
Although I say that, my concern is not in the game that Reece James goes down and gets injured. It's that 2 days later we're getting like notifications on Twitter and in Maresca's press conference that Reece James isn't.
That's true, isn't it? We very rarely ever see Reece getting injured. It just seems to happen. Oh, come on, Chelsea. Guys, keep smashing the likes if you haven't already. We're on the road to 40 likes and 3,000 subscribers before Christmas. Would be absolutely unbelievable if we managed to do that. Had loads of people tuning in today already. Gusto is 1-on-1 with Gakpo. Gakpo enters the box. He's going to shoot. He does. It's over. 60th minute on the clock. Pretty much.
I don't want to say. No, I'm not going to say it.
I'll be honest. I don't know what's happened with the clock. I feel like it's gone ahead again. We're on. I'm just going to pause.
Yeah, you said it 10 seconds earlier.
Oh, did I? What, because they scored? Probably. I don't think we ever got round to getting the clock right. Come on, Sanchez.
Yeah.
Giving the ball away again there. This is where I think Liverpool could now get control of the game and just like see it out.
I would actually say, if this game is to end in as the scoreline as it is,
to be fair,
Yes, to an extent, because you make mistakes, you get punished for them, especially against a team that are a title contender, an actual title contender, by the way.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest, Maresca has to take a majority of this blame for
those subs.
No, the subs might end up being beneficial because it could have potentially ended up in a row otherwise. Because the defence has had.
So what's Maresca's got to take punishment for?
I don't think you put so many players that haven't played together and returning from injury into a game.
What did he think those players were going to do? Win in the game in 60 minutes against Liverpool?
Sure. I think he's looking long term, and he's like, the quicker I can get them into the system who are going to be playing for me.
Yeah.
Don't know what's going on there. The three changes I
win that. Gusto, well done. Unlucky. Oh, well done, Levi.
Great cover. That's where Colwell excels.
Yeah, I just think Levi just needs the game to settle down. If the game doesn't settle quick enough, he don't settle, and then you see him make those couple of rush challenges. One leads to a penalty, but then as the game goes on and it settles, he starts to look more comfortable, which is exactly what we're seeing. An hour in now, you would never expect Levi to make those challenges that he's made. Go on, Enzo. Oh, see the pass. Come on, back post, Maduex. Volley's right foot. Oh my gosh, fair play taking that on.
I can't believe how quick we conceded after we scored.
Yeah,
that was like last season.
Yeah, when it went when we 3-1, we went 2-1 to 3-1. Diaz coming on.
Oh, that's
not a good start, isn't it?
He'll be coming off the gap pie.
Yeah.
He's been live.
Do you know what I'll say though? Is I'm glad he's coming on against Gusto because you would not Reece stretching his legs.
Reece's hamstring would have been crying out.
Yeah.
It's like when Ivanovic was playing
for West Brom. Jackson and Neto linking up well. Foul there, ref?
No.
Yeah.
I thought that was shoulder to shoulder, I'll be honest.
Who takes this right foot? Enzo? Chelsea got a free kick pretty much edge of the box.
I had a debate recently, Caicedo or Gravenberch.
Oh, Gravenberch at the moment. He's looked so good this season. That's a harsh foul, isn't it? He's won the ball shoulder to shoulder as well. That's a harsh foul.
Neto's ball out there. Fair enough.
The refereeing shambolic, isn't it? It's so
the level of refereeing across the board is so below par.
Yeah.
That VAR is so necessary.
Look, Cole Palmer's over it, but Enzo's obviously come straight over to say.
Enzo's like, do you remember that one at Villa?
Villa,
do you remember that one at Villa? I've got that in the locker, I promise.
I think this is more Enzo.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And I think looking at it, Cole Palmer's going to be on this one. All I'm seeing from here is Oscar, Cole Palmer. Do you reckon? Do you reckon he's got that in his locker?
It's very hard, isn't it?
It's so hard. People don't give credit to Oscar for those type of
No one gives credit to Oscar in general.
Yeah,
there was games where he disappeared, but he was also one of the first players to be playing like 65 games in
Cole Palmer's having this. It's not even really an Oscar. It is kind of Oscar range, but what does he do? He's got to go outside the wall. He's got to go outside the wall and round. In his head, he's thinking, I've done this on FIFA. He's gone for it. Corner. Hit the wall. That's such a tough position for a left footer, isn't it? Such a tough.
I was just trying to think who as a right footer is going to take that? Jackson?
No wonder he fancied it though, because the man in the wall was Trent. No wonder he fancied it.
Would you feel more confident if it was a right footer in the same position on the other side?
Nah. Oh, come on. No, I've seen Messi score there. Oh, what's happened there? Another free kick? Yeah. Oh, for them. Come on. This is so frustrating because I feel like there's an opportunity for us to actually, if we were slightly on our game more, you could, like, if we had a slightly, I don't know, if you just had slightly better players, I think you're in this game.
If you still had Thiago Silva at Chelsea, is the defence better?
Yeah, cool. I think he was obviously getting old, but I think what he brings leadership-wise hasn't been replaced. I don't think that would be so chaotic. Gusto wouldn't be allowed to go, even if the manager said so. But that's the reason he's gone. Because the manager wants Gusto to go. If Maresca's going to tell Gusto to step up and do that, he's got to learn from his mistakes as well and go, look, we've conceded there because I've obviously told you to run in.
Yeah.
And then you've not been able to get back, which I literally questioned, could that be an issue? And it's proved to be one. And also the third man runs as well. Arn, mate. Thank you for joining that. I absolutely appreciate you joining as a member. Unbelievable, mate. You're going down in history, Arn. Appreciate that. Welcome to the club, mate. Yeah, unbelievable from you, Arn. Appreciate that, mate. That's kind words, man. Let's hope Chelsea can get the result. Let's hope they can. Here they go. Good.
But his position there is fine.
Who?
Sanchez.
Yeah.
Why is this not happening all the time?
Maybe Sanchez is a young keeper as well, and you've got to coach that out of him. Oh my gosh, Cole Palmer. Has he put it through his legs? I think he did. Did he put that through his legs?
I think so.
Cole Palmer just meg-nutted Curtis Jones?
I think so.
Oh, mate. Come on. Oh, and I really appreciate that, my man. Really, really do. We do our best, mate. We do our best. We come on and we chat and we just say what we see, and we're emotional watching Chelsea. It is what it is. As the week goes on, we get a little bit more level-headed, and then as the game comes back round, it's hard not to, because we all just want Chelsea to win. I think as the performance goes, 66 minutes in at Anfield, it's actually been all right.
I feel more gutted than anything.
Yeah, I feel, because that, and what an improvement to be where we were with Poch. The only worry is that it could still go horribly, couldn't it? But you hope not. You hope we're staying this game more. I feel like
I've
there's a chance.
watched Chelsea-Liverpool a lot more annoyed at the performance.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
I say that 23 minutes to go.
If we turned up like, come on, just stay calm. If we turned up like this in the cup final, we might have won a League Cup last year.
No.
What?
Not a chance.
What? We played kids.
So did they.
No, we played their kids.
Yeah, we were never going to win it.
Yeah, but
that's destiny.
Yeah,
we're never going to win it.
Yeah, but I'm saying if we turned up like this, I think we would win it again in that day. We've looked way better than we did in that game,
but we're losing.
Yeah, but we are losing.
We might have lost it in the game.
Oh, who's doing that? Badashine's just bodied Nunes on the floor. Oh no, he's given the ref the chance to make a decision there with that action. You just don't need to do that, Badashile. Oh, come on. You don't need to do that. Nunes is trying to get someone sent off here. He is.
Nunes is also not controlled enough to not go and get himself into trouble.
Yeah, true. But
whereas, like a Suarez, maybe not Suarez because he went and bit people, but it's there's
look, watch right. It's a late challenge. Watch Badashile though. Does not need to do that. Just don't need to do that, mate. You don't need to do that. You don't.
They're both about 6'3".
Yeah. Go on, Badashine's done well there though. Man on though. He's been late one again.
No, that's a yellow though.
That's a yellow. Go on, ref. Pull it out. That's
see what I mean? He's not controlled enough.
Yeah.
Not controlled enough.
Couldn't be more spot on there, Ben, actually. You've called it within seconds.
No, you know why I know that? Because I'd be exactly the
same. Yeah, it's literally.
He's trying to get.
Look at his face. Yeah, yellow stuck straight at his foot. Badashile breezed past him with ease there, actually. Fair enough.
And he just rolled over and he's just like, what's the point, mate?
Yeah.
Because he'll keep his head there because he's not made a mistake. So he's not got anything to, for any reason to crumble.
Literally. Oh, come on.
I'm actually wondering now if this would have been a better defence to start with.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then you bring on Vega inverting there. Nice pass.
Stick Reece in the...
Go on, Enzo. Go on, Enzo. Get after it, Enzo. Oh, done well. Trent's had a weird game, hasn't he? Had a weird game. Trent, I'll be honest. I think Sancho was offering us more than what Neto's offered so far.
I'm sorry. Neto this season, I don't see what he's offering. Maybe I'm not watching him in...
He'll erupt into the game now. Oh, Bobby, I agree, mate. I think there's an issue here. I think Maresca needs to get that under control. I just think it comes with inexperience. I just think that's what it is.
Yeah, but Badashil's like 26 now. He's not young anymore.
True.
Jackson, on the other hand, 23?
2, 3, yeah.
This is what I mean. He's only actually had...
But then if Badashile is one of your older players and he's not disciplined...
Exactly. But then you need to get someone in that's like Colwell's not disciplined.
Yeah, but look at Levi now, though. He's calm. He's playing those passes. Go on, Neto. This is where I want to see Neto. Go on, Neto. Win your free kick. Shoot, Palmer. Oh, Madueke was on them, wasn't he? Gusto.
No, it's never an option. Why are you using your left foot now when you didn't use it the whole of the first half?
Does Palmer have to pass?
Palmer got his feet all muddled up.
Neto there, quality. That's quality from Neto. Unreal.
Look, touch. What? Now.
Yeah, I agree.
No, that's poor from Palmer. That's the kind of stuff you get from Sterling. Not been Palmer's best game.
Good block from Szoboszlai, but yeah, I agree. I think he has to pass. Then Gusto, that's so wasteful.
Yeah.
So wasteful. Because a good team keeps that attack alive there.
Yeah.
They don't just kick it out.
I said this a while ago. I don't know if it was on, we were just talking, but do you remember Chelsea would camp teams?
Oh, Sanchez giving the ball away again. Salah's one-on-one with Vega. Shifting the ball onto his left side. Badashile reads it so well. Sanchez putting Chelsea in unnecessary trouble again. Trent's here. This is when you know it's bad because it's the first time Trent's got forward today. Sanchez,
not Campton is.
There was no reason for Sanchez to play that pass. He plays it. He takes a risk. Chelsea are on the back foot. This is what we saw from Sanchez last season
against Arsenal.
That led to him being dropped. It's just unnecessary risks. It's just not worth it.
Sanchez is a stressful goalkeeper. And what I was saying is, I've totally forgotten now. He's made me lose my train of thought.
Do you know what it is, Bobby? I think they've paid respect to Chelsea for how good they've been, and I think they've also made it like Chelsea. The way Liverpool have defended today hasn't been too dissimilar to Forest. Forest were probably a little bit more negative, but Liverpool have made it hard for Chelsea to get through when they've had the ball on the edge of Liverpool's box. They've made it really tough. Whereas when Liverpool have got on the edge of our box, Curtis Jones has made that third man run like 3 times, and it's been played to him every time. He's had a really good game.
Yeah, Curtis Jones last season really stepped up, and I don't know whether that was just he was being used because their midfield was a bit weak.
Do you remember Curtis Jones said at the beginning when Slot had already come in, he was like, did he say something like, I already think this is better? I'd have to find the quote. I don't want to get it wrong, but I think he said like, this might be better than Klopp or something like that. I've never been coached like this before. Something like that. Go on, Neto. Go on, Neto. Go on, Neto. He's shooting with his right. Oh, it's a roller. He's coming alive here.
In the chat, did anyone expect anything more than that from Neto's right foot from that far out?
No, I didn't. But you never know with them because the keeper don't expect it. Madueke's miles off.
What's he screaming for?
He's not even an option.
He's got his.
Do you know what it is? It's like he held his run. Yeah, he held his run so that if the ball ever comes to him, he could cut back on his left and still have room to shoot.
Yeah, no, granted. Yeah, fair enough.
Gusto's done okay. Look, this is similar to how it was. Oh, that looked late, didn't it?
That looked dirty. I'll be honest. And if Madueke was running for a bus there, he was never catching it.
Bobby, I don't know, mate. I don't know if it's his inexperience. I just think
I actually think that's
experience, not experience, but it's not. I think he's gambled. And I said in the build-up on a couple of panel shows, mate. I don't know if you were in them because I did see you in a few during the week. I basically said that I wonder if either of them sit back and actually don't take the game to each other and try and win it in. Like both of these teams struggled against Forest. I wondered if any team would try and imitate what Forest did because we know that both teams have found that difficult.
Yeah.
And ultimately, Maresca hasn't, and Slot might have, to be honest with you. When you look at the way Liverpool are playing, that's more like Forest on the counter-attack than it is like how Liverpool have been in other games.
Slot has also had he's had quite a few more years as a manager than Maresca, no?
Yeah,
and he's also won
way more experience.
A top level.
Who's coming on? And Kunks, 74 minutes. Come on, and Kunks.
João Felix is
look, he's fuming. He's fuming, João Felix.
I don't know why we signed João Felix.
João Felix is like, my mate Neto is playing. Oh, mate.
I don't know why we ever signed him. He was never going to be able to get in.
Guys, smash the likes for Nkunku, our top goal scorer. No, level top goal scorer maybe with Jackson. Actually, no, Jackson's got 4. So I think Nkunku is our top goal scorer. 7.
That's definitely a foul. One of these two is going to look at.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Is that a booking for Badashino now?
Just shut up, mate. Get in.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a foul. Job. Like you've pushed him.
Yeah. He's bought it, but you don't need to put your hands on his back.
I actually don't think Núñez is a threat in that position either.
I think Núñez is a threat wherever he is, apart from if he's in front of goal.
Yeah.
Apart from Madueke hooked.
Not the best game.
Okay, so Neto right.
Jackson left? No.
And Nkunku left?
No.
Oh, what do you reckon? Nkunku right wing? Cole Palmer right wing? Cole Palmer right wing, maybe? Cole Palmer right wing. Yeah, but you can't deny it, right? João Felix and Nkunku probably do play a similar position, and Nkunku's goal scoring is way better.
Yeah, 100%. I'm not disagreeing with that at all. But then I think them two in the European night, again, I thought them two playing together was quite good. But then I also think we were just head and shoulders better than Gent.
Oh, he hasn't won it. Oh, he has.
Well won.
Fair play. Someone's gone down in the box there. I don't think it's a head injury, though. 75 minutes on the clock, by the way. Liverpool. Come on. Nunes causes chaos, though, doesn't he? He's always there everywhere.
That's why I think he's perfect for Liverpool.
Wait, hang on. I'm trying to see what's happened here. Cole Palmer stayed central from what I can see, and Nkunku is left wing.
It's not what I'd have done.
Okay, so that's intriguing for me, because then I wonder whether or not you'd be better on bringing on Mudryk or Mudryk is probably a better left winger than Nkunku. I just don't think he's as.
Also, when we were talking about Nkunku, we ended up getting the ball in the box quite a few times.
Yeah,
but I don't see that happening.
Especially with Vega behind him. If it was Gusto behind him, you might be like, oh, at least the right back can or the full back can bomb on Enzo. Oh my god!
Fine.
Leave was bricking it. Go on, Caicedo.
Draw a foul or at least play.
Go down. Nunes is trying to foul him again. Go on. This is where Nkunku's dangerous, though. When he's unmarked there, that's where he's dangerous. To be fair, Nkunku's one of them players, I think you just have to get on the pitch.
Yeah.
He scored against Brighton on the left wing.
Should have scored that header.
He has, Bobby. Yeah, that's exactly what's happened, mate. Nkunku's on the ball here, one-on-one with Salah. This is new. This is new. Arne Slot has somehow got Salah defending and covering with the fullback. Yeah. That's new. That never happened under Klopp. And it's the same on the other side. Szoboszlai is doing it.
It's probably why they're not signing a contract.
Yeah, and Diaz. No, honestly, I don't know, but he's definitely got his player. Oh, Vegas.
This annoys me. Neto has gone in for that challenge and then stood off and held his hands up.
Yeah.
If you tackle him, they don't get the break. And that's not an inexperienced footballer.
Bang.
That, on the other hand, is ridiculous.
Vega, mate, you can't moan, Geese. You can't moan at that. Oh. Cole Palmer, mate. I
feel like Vega would have fit in a Chelsea 2014-15 team.
Yeah.
Like, he would have just slotted in absolutely.
But he does have that about him, doesn't he? He definitely does. Neto, McAllister's coming on. He's obviously potentially injured or whatever, but good play. Who's he coming on for, do you reckon? Szoboszlai? Maybe?
Yeah, probably.
Gravenberch? One of the two?
No, I think Gravenberch will stay on.
Gravenberch's a good player. He just goes about his game.
Yeah.
I quite like him.
Haven't really seen... He's not really been doing much.
Come on, Vega.
But he's done absolutely nothing wrong. Like, he's never going to do anything massively standout in that.
I think Vega's old-fashioned Chelsea, I think he is. He just definitely does. I'll give you that. I do like Vega. I've liked him since I first saw him in pre-season. Was like, all right, he actually looks quite good.
But he was one of them that was a bit out of
Caicedo's having a good game. Go on, Caicedo.
Does Caicedo look better without Lavia?
No, I don't know. No, I don't think so. Caicedo's been playing some great passes whilst Lavia was on the pitch.
No, I just mean as a whole. I don't think you can.
No, I don't. I think you're better off with Lavia in the team than Enzo Fernandez.
Well, no, so do I. I don't think you're better off than Enzo Fernandez not being a club.
I just think there's an opportunity for us here, and I just haven't seen it happen yet. I think Madueke had a really sort of quiet game in the end. Nothing really second half.
I'd actually say that Madueke is unlucky to be the one taken off because Cole Palmer is just more likely to create something. But Cole and him have done absolutely nothing all game, really. Cole created that space for himself to get the shot off. The shot was...
He's shooting that. Oh, my gosh.
I'm just nervous. I'm nervous about someone having a shot from
Come on, Kunks.
Ref! That's it. Record. Last man.
No, he weren't. No, Tosin was way more obviously last man.
Yeah.
No way. Oh, mate. You know what I'll say, though? Mudryk's away.
And Kunku's just got that touch to draw the foul.
Yeah.
Like that. There's no
That's
other reason.
the different level in pace, though, isn't it? Mudryk is away there. Okay, hear me out on this. Are you better off Cole Palmer right wing and Kunku 10 and Neto on the left?
No.
Why?
Neto's not very good on the left.
Neto's had a good game. Neto's been causing trouble from the left.
For Jackson on the left.
No.
I don't actually know, to be honest. I still think Sancho was unlucky to be taken off.
Trent's off. 80th
Told
minute.
you. Subbed every game.
He's not done well for my fantasy today. Yeah, I agree, Dan. This is actually true. At least they've got through it, right? I don't expect to see Lavia or Reece. Obviously, they're not in the team. Or Reece might be in that squad, actually.
No, Reece is.
Reece is in the squad. I
would have rather Reece come back in that game. Now, seeing how this game,
but if he gets injured on a chilly Thursday night, it's in Greece actually, isn't it?
Yeah, it's at 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, it'll be a warm one in Greece actually.
It might actually be.
No. They're linking him with a move away from warm weather, so maybe that'd be perfect conditions for him. Vega's giving the ball away there though.
That is not a bad shout actually, because Pulisic and Loftus-Cheek haven't had many injuries since going to Italy.
Do you know what this right now, chat? Right, it's 80th minute. Do you know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing heavy legs off the back of an international break. Like, we just don't look as frightening going forward as we did sort of against Brighton and against like other teams.
Have Liverpool got Champions League this week?
Yeah, probably.
I don't think they're going to be happy with playing the late game on the Thursday.
I would not have started Reece in this game at all. It's hard to say, Dan. It's just a really tough call, isn't it? The position Reece played as well is just that I don't know. If you'd have just gone with this back line, I think everyone would have accepted it. And then if Reece James had come on for half hour, you know that Reece James could change a game if he was allowed to come on from right back. I'll be honest, I think Maresca's completely misread Reece James. I just think that is just not the best, how you get the best out of Reece James. But Poch didn't. Poch got the best out of Reece for a little bit.
But we were saying this about Gusto as well.
Yeah.
It's like he doesn't understand what their strengths are.
No, I think he does. I just don't think they suit his system.
But he's got to try and keep him in.
Yeah. I think... I love you guys, love the content, but I have a feeling that if I stop watching, we were at least equal. Take care. I hope so, mate. Look, pleasure. Cheers for jumping in, man. Appreciate you becoming a member as well of the channel. I don't know. I don't know whether or not we get it. I'm not sure. I just think we're just lacking that little bit of quality you need to get back into this game. But come on, Chelsea. It's not been a bad performance at all. It's just so frustrating when you see it and you think, I wish we could have got more. Is he injured? Gusto's down here.
I think the challenge is just a bit hard on his right foot, to be honest. But Caicedo and McAllister giving each other a hug for some reason. Obviously, the bloodthirsty rivalries have disappeared.
Liverpool have not played that well. I don't think Liverpool have been that great today. Off the back of this, like, I'll be honest, right? Liverpool haven't been. I'll be honest. I don't think teams are normally that great off the back of international breaks. I just don't think they are. I don't think Arsenal were great. I don't think Man City. That goal was awful. They're just showing the Curtis Jones goal.
Look, get to him.
Sanchez. Out. Do you know what it is? He was so quick for the penalty, and then there he's so slow. He's literally been caught in no man's land there. He's not committed to it. Liverpool fans whining about toast. Honestly, let them whine. I actually think, right, the loudest moan will come from Arsenal. The loudest moan on that is going to come from Arsenal fans. No, because they're going to be like Tosin is making the exact same foul, which he pretty much was.
Yeah. I think Levi was could be seen more as cover, but
I don't know. Ben White's recovery pace is decent.
Yeah.
Arsenal do have Liverpool next weekend. They do, yeah. It's going to be
but also
tough game.
The ball was going, like I said earlier, the ball was going straight towards goal. That was going out towards Levi Colwill.
This is so fixed. How have they got Brighton 30th in the second and we got Newcastle? It's almost like
someone else has got that as well.
That's so fixed.
It happens all the time, don't you remember? We had like City.
I think that's fixed. Chat, can I ask you a question quickly? Has the sound been okay today or not? We're trying a different mic setup. We just wanted to know what the sound would be like. And Kunku, clever little run. Can you get there, put him under pressure?
Definitely pressured.
Corner.
That?
Gomez. I like Gomez. I would have had him at Chelsea if he'd have ended up leaving this summer. He's decent.
Utility player, isn't he?
I think he could go Newcastle or something like that. Because he don't play enough. He should be playing all the time now, Gomez, if he can stay fit.
Yeah.
Come on, Gusto. Honestly, just have a shot. It's a cross to the back
He's
post.
offside.
Come on, throw in. Come on, Chelsea. Come on, Chelsea. 85th minute. Neto works something. Caicedo.
I'm not sure. I'm just not sure about this Neto change. I'm not sold on him.
He's been busy. It's not like he hasn't. He's been trying to put himself about. I think it's really harsh on Sancho because I think Sancho had a better game than Madueke.
Yeah.
I think it's really harsh. I don't know. Is Sancho injured? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, other people might be seeing a completely different game, and then that would suggest to me that Maresca's probably is seeing a completely different game as well today.
Yeah.
But
Bobby, you didn't think too much of Sancho, did you? I'd be intrigued to see do you think Neto's been better than Sancho or had more of an impact? I think Madueke was probably the quietest out of the three. I think he probably was. Actually, to be honest, it's probably Nkunku.
I think the areas that we were probably looking better in the first half just got completely disregarded and haven't been.
We're playing into trouble again here, Levi. Gusto, come on. We're overplaying when we don't need to. We need to actually just send the ball forward here. Enzo Fernandez hasn't really had an impact on the game, has he? That's just standard.
I actually worry when that's the players that you've got to come on. If you ever do get to a final, like we're talking about.
For Enzo to come on, you've got to be winning.
Conference League final, yeah. And they're the subs you need to make because you've got a tough team. That's not what I want to see.
I'll tell you what, Nkunku's been our worst winger today. He just, it's not his position. I think Maresca's getting that one wrong.
Yeah.
Why are you not saying 10? Everyone can see it. He's good enough to play as a 10, second striker. And this guy,
he'll end up at Arsenal. We'll sell him to Arsenal.
Honestly, I think a better manager gets his team to get a result today.
Yeah.
I think a better manager might. Not Poch. Not Poch, because Poch ain't a better. I actually think Maresca might be a better gaffer than Poch. Off of what I've seen in a short amount of time. Even though Poch's got the record.
A better result today.
Nuno Espirito Santo gets a result today, I think.
He's a good manager. Good coach. Just doesn't work at Tottenham.
Yeah.
That is all it was. But someone said earlier in the Wolves game, he reverted to a 4 at the back.
Arne Slot gets a result today because his team ain't been that great. And although he's got quality, they've got a goal that was scrappy off Jones and a pen.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Jones has been the difference in today's game. It's essentially that, and that's poor from.
Look at that second ball. Enzo Fernandez is an issue. He's an issue, mate. Like that didn't happen in the first.
He's already treading water.
Yeah. No, he treads water as soon as he comes
on.
Then,
to be fair, he's been in Argentina.
I just don't. I think if he travels or he doesn't, he's like that.
Yeah. He could literally.
He's just not suited to the. He's just not suited to the Prem.
London.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying, by the way, to drop Cole Palmer at 10, but I do think you could have moved. Cole Palmer's had a quiet game, guys. He's had a big opportunity in the first half that he didn't score, and then he's actually been quiet.
And then to be fair, we probably could have got a goal from the Madueke.
But then, like Cole Palmer's had. This is why I hate the international break. It's so hard to judge.
Cole has to be on the pitch. It's as simple as that.
But you could put him right. You could put him on the right.
Anything can happen at any moment.
But I think Cole Palmer and Nkunku, if they're close together, they link up well. I actually think Nkunku out on the left. No, Nkunku.
Vega is so old, Chelsea.
No, Nkunku out on the left is so isolated. He's so isolated. Whereas if it's like Madueke, if it's Mudryk or Neto and they're isolated, they'll take on a man and they'll run him. That Nkunku just doesn't have that. He's so isolated there. You'd be better off keeping your runner out there. Neto arguably did more out on the left than he's done on the right.
I would actually say, apart from the goal, Jackson has done nothing all game.
But he scored.
I just literally just said, apart from the goal.
I don't think this game was going to be won and lost on Jackson.
But
I just think it. Oh, they're going to let him
shoot. Actually
well in. Enzo.
We could have potentially just played after Jackson scored. We could have just potentially played like a false 9.
Oh, Caicedo. Oh, chat. I'm sort of succumbing to defeat here.
We don't even look threatening.
We don't. I just don't see how we score. I think Maresca's substitutions. 7 minutes.
Oh, maybe we might then.
Come on. I just think Maresca's substitutions.
I can see why Arne Slot's annoyed. I don't think there's been that many breaks in the second half. Although Harold Webb did say something about the 30-second rule for a sub is still in.
Jackson hasn't done a lot, but I don't think it was down to Jackson to do a lot. I think it was down to other players like Cole Palmer, like your Madueke, like your. I mean, I think Ben made a really good point to say that actually Maresca's kind of done us over here he's done himself no favours by having to take those players off. You'd be better bringing those players on, manage the game. You still be in the game because we're still in it with the squad that could have started, and actually manage it and bring them on. Because if you're tired now and Reece James is coming on, ready to run at you, I think he'd be all right. Well done, Badashino.
If this game had opened up, which
it hasn't really,
Maresca might have expected it to do at half time, because you'd have got like a bit leggy, a little bit less rigid and stuff like that.
No,
Neto might have worked.
Arne Slot has actually been so good. He's not let this game open up.
If Liverpool go and win the league this year, I would not be surprised, just simply through nullifying other teams.
Go on, Enzo. Oh, he's so slow, mate. He's done well. He just is so slow. Go on, Carl. Ref!
He's been booked. He got booked.
I don't know if he has.
No, he must not have been booked for the Gusto Challenge. Probably should have been, though.
Look, does that not look like a Champions League trophy on his shirt? Kind of does.
No,
oh, Cole Palmer, welcome.
If you put a Champions League trophy on that.
I know, but I just kind of think it looks like it. Come on, Chelsea. Oh, it's frustrating, man. It's just...
Could get something from this.
Yeah. Great position for a cross. Cole Palmer, edge of the box.
Do you remember when that used to be able to take one from here, get it into the back post, no one touch it, just go in?
No,
it doesn't have to.
It does.
What, to show every other team what they can win, we can't?
I don't know. Come on. Big man. Vega!
Vega.
Oh, he put it over! Vega! Oh, no. Oh, thanks. That was the chance.
John Stones scored from that earlier.
Yeah, John Stones does score from that. Oh, mate. Konate's given him a tough job to score from there, but still.
He's annoyed at himself. He knows he should have done better. That's fine, then.
Oh, mate. Oh, Vega, I'm gutted, man.
I prefer the reaction to be like that than just run it off.
Yeah.
Right?
He's annoyed.
I really like Vega. I think he's definitely one for the future. He could be at Chelsea for a long time.
Yeah, I really like him too. I think the fans are all in agreement on that.
Get a song for
Go on, Badashile. Yeah, but that's what we have to be careful with, isn't it? Levi.
Done well there.
Go on, Enzo. Turn. Jackson. Come on.
Good man.
Go on, Jack. This is what quality. Go on.
Release
go on.
it.
Come on, Vakes. Come on. Good throw. Come on.
Done well there. Jackson. Great.
Come on, Jackson.
Phenomenal hold-up play there.
Come on. Oh, you boys better know, if we score, I'm celebrating it like a winner. Come on. This is what annoys me with this Chelsea side. Where's this been for the majority of the second half? Come on, Cole. Big. Has to be good. Has to be a good cross now. It's a great cross. It's a great cross. Oh, Kunku! I don't know what's happened. Oh my gosh, I don't know what happened, mate. It was a great cross. Oh my gosh. He crosses it back post. I just thought...
It's not even like he pulls out of it because he's worried about hitting something.
It just pulls away from him. Does he touch it?
I think he does, but no, it skims off. It gets a hit on the ground and about the bounce on the ground.
It's millimeters from getting a touch on that. I think it was a really good cross from now. Actually, I have to say
he would have had to have done so well to get that past Kelleher as well from that position.
Come on. I feel like there's one counter attack left here. Come on, Neto sprinting back. Go win it, Vagues. Oh, Salah with a great pass.
He's got the offside.
Oh, Badashile, mate. He's actually been very good. I know the game's not over yet, but he actually has had a good game. I've seen him be way worse.
Yeah. I like the fact as well, he's been a bit of confrontation.
Do you know what?
He's won that battle.
On the ball as well. Like, he's not really drilled. Everything's been like two touch.
Yeah.
He's been good. Come on, Cole. This is what I've been waiting to see from Cole Palmer, like all game, is like he has kind of disappeared a bit. Oh, wow. Caicedo, it nearly worked. Enzo is just never going to... You can't tell me that Nkunku in that position is more of a threat than Enzo, mate.
Got no idea why he subbed on Enzo. So that is
Lavia, isn't it? He just stitched himself
Dewsbury Hall could have come on. Put Mudryk on a centre mid. Anything, mate. Badashil could have gone at centre mid.
Diaz has nearly scored a worldie then. He's beat about 4 players. Fair play. Oh, mate. Come on.
Another day.
One last chance, Chelsea, please. There's a draw to be had here. I can feel it.
Jackson, that's the
Jackson's
wrong
run into
option. I guess his back's all right. There you go. Pounce on that.
Come on.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, Badashina and Sanchez. Oh, my gosh. It's too long, Sanchez. Come on. Curtis Jones, man of the match.
I'm really concerned for the rest of this season with Sanchez in goal. Because we could get 2-0 leads and they disappear in a heartbeat.
Palmer. Oh, Cole's going to foul him. 3-1 is unjust, probably. Vega get there. Bodied. Loses it. Oh, my gosh. That's embarrassing.
That's not a foul. That's not a foul.
That's not a foul. Honestly, yeah. The refs are so
Arne needs to be
poor.
careful, though, because he'll get himself sent off. But that is horrendous.
What's Neto doing? No, honestly, the refs are so bad.
But this is the problem. So, like, Sancho, could have collected the ball there and known what to do. And Kunku's looking for the pass that he would get on the edge of the box.
Go on, Gusto! Oh, what are you doing, Gusto? He's been shocking. He's been poor, mate. He has not had a good start to the season. Ref blown up. Oi, Gusto! What is Gusto doing? Oh my gosh! I think ultimately that's on Maresca for me today. I don't think it's like the players. Some players haven't turned up right, and it was always going to be a chess match. But I do think Maresca's substitutions there ultimately took us out of the game a little bit.
This is my worry that against Poch, we got the win against Man United, where it's a close game. We got the draws against City.
Yeah, but we lost 4-1 in this fixture last time.
Yeah, no, we capitulated, but then from there on out, we didn't. Did we lose a game?
I can't remember, but obviously it's different stages of the season. I'm not going to beat it from now.
I'm not. What, we 4 or 5 games in?
I just think you made a really good point early on and said like his subs ultimately put us in a position where we were going to have to drop to a lower level in the game. And that's exactly what happened. We were up here and we had to drop. And I just think it's on some inexperience with like Levi Colwell making that challenge in the first half, a couple of challenges, Tosin obviously. It's just disappointing. I actually think we could have got a draw out of that. I don't think Liverpool was scintillating. Off the back of that game, do I think Liverpool will win the league? No.
Honestly, I disagree.
Really?
Yeah.
What, you've seen an unbelievable Liverpool?
No, I'm not saying that they were unbelievable by any stretch, but I've also seen Chelsea win the league and not be the best team in the league.
True. What do you? Okay, off the back of that, then the better question to ask is: are Chelsea good enough to get top 4 off the back of that performance?
No.
No.
The reason we won't get top 4 this season, so expectation needs to be dropped completely. The reason we're not going to get top 4 is because we've got a goalkeeper that is literally championship level. Apart from 1 or 2 passes, I couldn't care less if he makes a long pass. I've seen rugby players make passes like that.
This is the same dilemma we had last season. Is that keeper-wise, you'd just rather take Petrovic, who can't play with his feet, and because at least he's a more sturdy keeper.
Our choice of sub is horrendous. Our midfield, we've got 2 players that can really play like properly in midfield. They never play together because one of them's always injured and then he can't feature for more than an hour. And I mean, realistically, Dewsbury Hall was the alternative option.
I'll be honest. I think you can't choose both Lavia and Reece to both have to come off.
No,
you've got to go, look, one of you's going to have to play midweek.
Because then you have to make 2 subs straight away. But also, I hate to say it.
And you have to look at the subs and how they affect the game. Enzo Fernandez didn't affect the game positively.
If you have, and don't get me wrong, I'm one of his biggest fans. If you have a Ben Chilwell in the team, Vega can come on and play midfield.
Yeah.
Because he's solid.
I think the treatment of Chili's bang out of order, especially if he's fit. He gives you something.
Don't get me wrong. Maresca did come out and say that there was potential for him to feature, but he's been ill.
Oh,
So he couldn't have played. So he's picked up a cold and couldn't train.
Oh, that's just so Ben Chilwell.
It is, granted, because the opportunity's there and then he's not been able to take it. He might play Thursday because he would have got over his cold.
No, he's not in the squad.
When did he play last time? Carabao Cup.
Yeah. So his next game will probably be Newcastle. But I just think he put him to play both those players from the get-go, Lavia and Reece. I just think, what did Lavia play 50 minutes? If Enzo's got 30, 40 in the locker, you just start Enzo and bring him off half-time. Just be like, look, you come off at half-time and I'll give Lavia the second half.
You can't be having that. You
can't do that.
I actually, you know what I will say? After the Ghent performance, I think that Dewsbury Hall could have been looking at that and been like, I might have been able to make a difference in that. Because Curtis Jones, don't get me wrong, I think he's a phenomenal footballer and I'd love to have him at Chelsea. But he's not the player that I expected to be the most effective.
If you were bringing Curtis Jones off the bench today instead of Enzo, you'd be over the moon.
Yeah, 100%.
I think I think Caicedo and Lavia are quite similar. And I think Enzo is I just don't see what Enzo brings to the team. Frustrating. Honestly, it is, because I think that could have quite easily been a draw. I don't think we could have won that game today off of what I saw. I think Liverpool have got enough about them to not lose.
If we'd have got a draw, then we would have been chuffed.
Yeah, of course.
Simple as that. And when the game started, you would have been quite happy with it.
Yeah.
I was confident, but that's naivety because Reece James was back. What was I actually expecting?
The Reece James we got isn't the Reece James that we're well aware of that exists.
And that's a worry for the season.
Because we know that Reece James is there under a different gaffer. I just think Maresca's never going to get the best out of Reece James.
No.
Chat, what do you think? Sanchez, Sanchez was an issue.
Sanchez has been poor since the day we signed him.
Yeah, Sanchez is an issue.
Brilliant at Brighton. That's why he got dropped.
Dan says subs were poor.
Yeah.
Frustrating, guys. Like, honestly, I just feel like we didn't, until like the last couple of minutes, which was really annoying because we've done that a couple of times. Yeah, look, I just think that gap's too big now. There goes the title race shout. 7 points. Is that 7? Yeah.
Anyone that even was saying that we were in a title race, it's totally
we're not good. I don't think we're good enough for top 4 off the back of that. I just think you have to be better than the top 4. Villa get a result there.
Newcastle could potentially get a result against us. I'd actually be a bit concerned about Panathinaikos.
Nah, we're not that bad. I think you hit the nail on the head. I think Maresca ultimately was always going to have to take us out of the game with those substitutions because of the players that he started.
Yeah.
Or you go, hang on, like, Lavia, how do you feel, mate? Can you get through it?
Yeah, no, but I don't think in the moment you can ever ask a player that. Because at half time, it would have been like, how do you boys feel? And then, or he might have been anyway, because some managers don't.
And Kunku got put on in the wrong position.
I actually think that if you're going to put someone on there, João Felix would have been a better option.
I think Mudryk.
Well, yeah, the out-and-out winger is a better option, but was Mudryk on the bench?
I don't know, actually. Was he?
I'm not sure. I didn't
see him. No. That's true. Maybe he wasn't.
So if he's not on the bench, he's never been an option anyway.
Yeah, true.
You just assume that he is.
I just think you don't put him on in that position, and Kunku.
No, you're just setting him up for failure. Yeah, right? You're stitching him up. You almost
Okay. So Mudryk wasn't on the bench. So what's happened there? I thought you said everyone was available. He just dropped Mudryk. That feels harsh to me that he dropped Mudryk. Oh yeah.
So who wasn't used? Dewsbury Hall, João Felix, and
so no Mudryk today.
Classy.
I actually think, obviously, Mudryk's going to play against Panathinaikos probably, but I do think that's kind of harsh on him because I actually don't think he's that bad. I think the Sancho sub baffled me.
I think that might have killed the game, to be honest. Chelsea are sort of playing a bit better, but it's...
Up until that Levi Colwill mistake, we were really good. Well, we were really good. And I think if you can find that form, in more consistent spells during a game, that we're good enough to go and like play the best sides. But as soon as we conceded, the inexperience crept in, and Liverpool knew we were there for the taking. Ultimately, that didn't happen, and we got away with it a little bit because it should have been a pen, really. But it was only because he made first contact, because he was that rash. And then so it shouldn't really be a penalty, but it could have been a penalty. And then obviously we never got ourselves calmed down. Then half time we were calm. We scored a good goal. And then within seconds, it didn't even feel like you ever got back in the game because they'd scored. And then it was like, what are we going to do? And then we've all seen those subs that could be coming on at 1-0 in the 50th minute. We called Poch out, by the way, for bottling it with his subs. What Maresca was trying to do in the 50th minute, whether it's to do with injured players or not, is not acceptable. I actually just don't think it is. I think he was always going to take the game away from Chelsea there, and he did with those subs. Enzo had little to no impact on the game. Not saying he had a bad game. I just don't think he impacts the game in a way for you to go and win in the game.
His impact was on par with Nkunku's.
Nkunku was probably worse. Nkunku,
Enzo was in his right position.
What can Nkunku? Yeah, Nkunku was in the wrong position. I actually think when you look at it, if you've got no plan of bringing on Dewsbury Hall, why is Mudryk not on the bench? Because as much as I've moaned about Mudryk, you could have done with Mudryk in that game.
Has to be a reason.
I also think the change at half time for Sancho was too soon. I think that was just too soon. I think Bilal made a point earlier on. He could have said, like, you could have brought him on.
Has to be an injury.
60th minute. It has to be an injury.
Sancho has to be injured. He's not made subs at half time this season. And I'll be honest, when you're making 4 subs within the 10 minutes of the second half, including the half time, that suggests to me that you've made the wrong decision at the start of the game. And I remember we had this conversation about Tuchel, who we always said that 5 subs...
so VAR did not check Trent's foul on Sancho first half.
Why?
Did not check. Wow. That's crazy.
What was that, bias or?
Oh, that seems crazy. Sam, appreciate you being in here, mate. Really appreciate that, bro.
Love the spell.
Yeah, honestly, I appreciate everyone coming in for this one. I'm gutted we couldn't get a draw today off the back of that performance. I think that's good enough for a draw. I don't think it's probably not good enough to win if we're being real, but I do think it's good enough to get a draw.
I think it just shows levels.
Yeah, I think you probably... Yeah, but what? Like, it's not like Salah's taken the game away from Chelsea today. It's not like Virgil van Dijk has been unbelievable defensively.
No, but the level
I think it shows
level.
I think it shows level. Okay, yeah, true, because Van Dijk didn't do that.
Yeah,
but Trent did, and he's meant to be one of their best players.
If it wasn't checked.
Yeah, okay.
So it doesn't matter.
They did do a similar action.
Yeah, but right, no. So say VAR wasn't a thing. That game ends up awfully.
Yeah, oh my God.
Because Levi Colwill would have made...
Imagine what that game would have been like.
2 situations...
And there would have been another penalty.
Well, no, because the first one was never given.
True.
Which I now do think is probably quite... It would have been soft to have given it, but in this day and age, it probably is a penalty. But if we had got rid of VAR at the start of the season, when all the clubs voted for it, we'd have been left with the referee's actual ability. And not sure about that.
Yeah, I just think, like, it was for they just weren't settled enough early on, which is ultimately that Levi Colwell's mistake has ultimately had a huge impact on the game. Sanchez as well creates a nervousness and a state of chaos. So I'm baffled, man. I
think if you leave Sancho on the pitch, you have more control over the game. I think Vega was probably one of the better subs. I think he was quite good.
Yeah.
Badiashile was probably the best sub. But Tosin also must have been injured, or he's going to be playing Thursday.
Yeah, he was on a yellow as well, wasn't he?
Or Maresca must have thought that he was just not doing very well.
Tosin didn't have a great game.
No, I don't agree either. I actually think...
So wait, the Cucurella and Wesley Fofana going to play Thursday? No, hang on. Fofana's not in the squad.
Why are they not available?
But suspended.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah,
cool. You said at the start.
Yeah, I would think Cucurella might play because Sinner and Vega's played as well today.
Yeah.
But obviously Fofana's not in that squad. Fofana, Lavia and Palmer aren't in that squad.
Does having Cucurella in there and Fofana make a difference to today's game? I think that makes a massive difference, actually. Because you'd have had 3 out of the 4 back 4.
Cucurella makes a difference if Enzo Fernandez is on the pitch. Cucurella don't make a difference if Cucurella plays Salah. I actually think, I don't know. Gusto wasn't very good at left back. Maybe it does. Maybe it does a little bit. I actually think Vega would have been better to start with.
Yeah, I think Vega's a left back shout there, to be honest. And going forward, I think if the situation does occur, because Cucurella will get sent off, He will get another load of bookings.
Yeah, get booked. Yeah, he will.
But you have to be prepared for that alternative. Plus, the Christmas break comes up. But to start off this period where we've got a really challenging period, it's not the greatest start, but
it's not a great start. And this is what I was saying. Like I was saying midweek, what do Chelsea have to do to be considered like top 4, like solid top 4 contenders?
Wait 4 years, I
reckon. And I said they got to get like 8-9 points out of these 4 games to be considered top 4 contenders. And when you look at it now, I think that's the case.
We're not top 4 contenders.
Yeah, but if they'd got 8, they would have been. People would have been saying, wow, they got 8 points out of a really tough run of games.
I mean, it's still possible. We can go and win the next 3. Tough ask, but it's we have probably come up against a manager that has totally nullified. Like the only game they've really struggled was the Forest game.
Yeah,
I don't know if you were to speak to a Liverpool fan, I wonder what their opinion.
Still only let him 3 goals. So
yeah,
I think Curtis Jones and the role that that Arne Slot asked him to fulfill today was perfect.
Yeah,
absolutely perfect. And I think that second half, I can't believe that. I just can't believe
I forgot you made that challenge.
Yeah, I can't believe though in the second half how that wasn't identified at half time, because he come through with ease for that goal. Like Caicedo didn't know he was there.
Yeah, you can be coached into that, but you still have to have the ability to make them runs.
That's Frank Lampard level of awareness, isn't it?
That is phenomenal from him. Like he's not doing it to the edge of the box and then getting a shot off past like focusing players. But I do think his goal is preventable from the goalkeeper. Alisson does not concede that.
No, he probably doesn't. Honestly. But I do think a lot of that game comes down to an experience, managerially and players, actually. Young teams make mistakes, the chief policy. Yeah, Bobby, you know what? It's so true, though, isn't it? Like, when I put that head back on, which is what I had last season, I'd be fuming, because it's still the fact that this Chelsea team has been removed from the very top and it's nowhere near it again.
Yeah.
And that is hard to watch a game like this and be like, we're so far off. But as soon as you appoint Maresca as manager and you sign 21-year-olds, you have to look at it with a realistic take that we're never, like Bobby says, that you can't have both those actions, getting in a manager that's literally got 1 season under his belt and getting in 21-year-olds and expect to be winning these games. Maybe people are getting too far ahead of themselves. But you can't do what has happened to that Chelsea squad and expect results. You can't waste 60 million on players that can play 20 games a season. You can't.
For me, the João Felix signing is just someone become available that meant that Conor Gallagher could leave, so we get pure profit. Right.
Fine. I'd rather bring on Conor Gallagher than Enzo Fernandez today.
Oh, 100%. I'd rather Conor Gallagher over a majority of players, because you know you're going to get 110% every single game. And I know that's cliche to say, and he doesn't fit that Premier League style anymore. But Conor Gallagher is still an unbelievable footballer, and I don't know if he's an unbelievably talented footballer.
But he just brings something. He brings energy.
Yeah, but realistically, when he was at Palace, anyone would have been like, I want Conor Gallagher.
The games that Conor scored in away games late on last year, he had that about him.
He gone to Atletico and he scored twice.
Conor has more goals in him than Enzo Fernandez ever will.
Of course he does. He's definitely got more legs and minutes in him as well.
Yeah, I just think that's ridiculous. I just think we've ripped out so many players. When you actually deep it, I think it's difficult to get really wound up, because I feel like we've just ripped the squad apart. We've just taken away any quality that we had. We've still got quality in it, and we do have some really good players. But at the same time, there's players that aren't anywhere near the level that should be playing for Chelsea.
No.
Like the fact we've got Tosin playing for Chelsea is a bit of an embarrassment, isn't it? When you think about it, he's crap today.
I still can't believe that contract.
How is there a clause in that contract that you could go to Real Madrid?
Do you know what my biggest issue with that contract is? Is that Newcastle said no for that reason, and Chelsea went, yeah, go on then.
Yeah.
Because that suggests to me they've got no faith in him being good enough to ever want to go there, because he's not. Let's be realistic. He was never signed.
Why on earth does he think he's that good, by the way?
I don't know, because I remember watching him.
I would question
his under 21
character off of that. Yeah.
And he was never the standout player. Do you know what makes him stand out? His name. His second name is what makes him stand out.
If you've got to, no, I think he's a big physical player, isn't he? Like, he's
but everyone was big and physical then. It was more standout if you were small.
I don't know. I don't know what makes him. I don't know what makes it. I don't know what makes him stand out, to be honest with you. I don't think he does stand out. I don't know. I think people thought, like, for a free transfer, it wasn't a bad signing. But actually, when you see the level of him today, and you're talking about Thiago Silva, that's the level.
Trevor
Trev is better than that. If you've got to drag your centre-back off at half-time, for Badashile, you've got problems. Because Badashile had a good game today, but actually isn't good enough for Chelsea. When you look at the players that are there, some are good. Some have a lot of quality about them, but some of them are miles off it. The fact Enzo Fernandez isn't good enough for Chelsea. Someone put out a list of like 50 players that are better than Enzo, and I couldn't disagree with one name. I could have added more. That's how bad it is. This bloke cost over 100 million. Mudryk cost 66 million without add-ons. Doesn't even make the squad. Dewsbury Hall's 40 million.
It doesn't Mudryk become like 80 million?
João Felix, 40 million. Can't get a game. The recruitment in some areas has been diabolical. You cannot make those type. Sanchez, that's a 30, 40 million pound keeper. You can't recruit those players and then sit there and expect us to win that game. Like, you actually can't. It's just frustrating. Don't get me wrong, that game isn't as far away from getting a draw, but actually it just shows that we're still miles off it. It does show we're miles off it.
We've never not been miles off of it.
I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. I just feel like there's really stupid mistakes there that just come with inexperience. That's just kind of how I see it. It's just really frustrating.
Well, the next transfer window will have a load more players come in, and then in the summer another load of players will come in.
Big up too, mate. Appreciate you coming in. I'll be honest. I don't know how good of an account that is, because I just didn't think Liverpool were that good today. I think that's, as I'm like chatting about the game afterwards, I just think Liverpool weren't that good today. I've seen that Liverpool side be so much better.
By the way, if you have an Eden Hazard in there today,
that's what
you get a win or a draw,
or a Willian, or a Pedro,
and Cole Palmer hasn't done
even a Giroud. Even you look at the players that have gone and left this Chelsea team in years gone by. I just think there's big questions that have to be asked, because our recruitment, for the amount of money we've spent, you can't not be winning games like that. When that Liverpool team today, they just weren't that great. They just weren't that good.
No. I mean, to be fair, Trent was only actually in the game for about one attack. What? Yeah, one.
Salah.
I might have missed. Salah
had a spell where Levi Colwell couldn't handle it.
But that's where we dropped off.
Crazy. I just think that actually, when you look at the level of player that we once had and that's available and the money we've spent, the recruitment could have got us so much more.
Yeah, but we're talking about two joint directors of football that are woeful. And we're talking about an owner who's come in with no footballing intelligence to then gone and been our sporting director. And essentially we're now dealing with the signings that he's made in Badiashile, who's not good enough, Enzo, who's not good enough, Mudryk, who's not good enough. But he was seeing them as victories because we were getting them getting them over other teams. Well, Badiashile maybe not so much. But then we went and signed Disasi the next season. Not good enough. And if we're going to every year keep making up for the mistakes we've already made, then you're never going to get any better. And all it needs, realistically, is someone to come in with the Klopp mentality, with the Pep mentality, with like the Mourinho mentality, and be like,
yeah, but they're never going to hire that manager.
No, but they don't need to hire that manager, because if you've got a manager there for 5 years, you naturally start taking control of who's in your team, because eventually you just go.
Yeah, but do you with this ownership model? Anyway, whatever happens, is this ownership model is not going anywhere, which is a diabolical thing for Chelsea. So we have to look at it realistically. I think that team that was on the pitch today could have got something from that game, even if that in years gone by, that Chelsea team, like 100%, we've had Chelsea teams good enough to win that game with ease. The fact that we now don't means something's gone wrong with recruitment and squad building.
Yeah,
but then even today in isolation, a 2-1 loss against that Liverpool side, I just think we just weren't good enough. We're 2-3. That's it. Like, Bobby, we're hoping that team gets better. But Toon says, do you think Chelsea going man-for-man in the first half was a mistake, or high risk, high reward was the way forward?
But realistically, in disagreement with that, Bobby, is we're not 2 or 3 years away. We could potentially be one window away. You go into the next window, you sign a decent keeper, that mistake's gone.
Yeah, but I think, Bobby, you're closer with a better manager.
Yeah, of course you are. But who was available realistically in the summer? What, unless we're going to start prying Jurgen Klopp away?
Hansi Flick?
He'd already signed for Barca.
I don't know if he had, Eddie.
Also, Hansi Flick was never coming to Chelsea.
We knew Poch was going. He's not under this new regime, is he? Because this squad of players isn't attractive for an experienced manager, because they'll look at it and go like, nah,
not a chance.
Right, I want to just get onto this one too. To be honest, Toon, I understand why Maresca did that. I understand why Maresca felt like that might be a way to give us a chance in this game. But at the same time, I also felt like it led to us being more rash after we conceded that penalty. I just think there was a moment in time where, after conceding that penalty, Chelsea, that game could have got away with Chelsea drastically.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that Liverpool weren't that great today and we've come away with nothing, but we also weren't that good.
No.
It's just really annoying, because I know Chelsea can be better than that. I'm sure I've seen them be better than that. I think Maresca got stuff wrong today. I think Maresca's gambled with more than one thing, more than just how he set up tactically. He's gambled with the personnel. He's gambled with his substitutions, weird gambles as well. And I don't think it's paid off. And I just think, actually, Arne Slot, his team didn't play that well today, like they didn't against Forest. Off the back of an international break is always tough. But Arne Slot made sure that he'd get that result, whatever happened. And he obviously saw that Chelsea's midfield would not be able to track the runs that Curtis Jones was going to make. And I think that happened. But we all said before the start of the season, our goalkeepers and centre-backs would cost us top 4, because they've all got mistakes in them. You can't keep trying to outscore opposition every week with dodgy goalkeeper and defence. You know what? We sat there and we said that all pre-season, and I got called negative time after time after time. And I just think, in a game like that, that's exactly what's happened.
But, okay, there is a lot of negatives, but is there any positives to take out of that game? Because there has to be
if Liverpool are title winners, potentially, or top 4 contenders, and they play like that, we're not that far away.
Our aim as fans is top 4.
Yeah.
Maresca has come out and said that is not Chelsea's aim. So if our aim is top 6, then I've got no problem with that. If Liverpool finish 3rd or 4th. But I don't see that happening. I feel like they're going to be... I actually would say that Liverpool are currently looking a lot better than Arsenal are looking.
Do you know what it is as well? I just think it's more individual errors again.
That's
just a constant in this Chelsea. If we had better quality defenders and a better goalkeeper, actually, maybe Chelsea do stay in that game today. Maybe that's the individual errors today were just shocking again.
But that's what I'm saying. It might just be one window, because Sancho's can essentially be replaced, because there is definitely goalkeepers that are better than him, maybe even centre-backs that are better than him. But Levi can learn from that.
Levi's good enough, I think. I think he's good enough to improve.
He's learned not to just smash the ball as hard as he can. He can learn not to make rash challenges in those situations. If it's head loss, that's harder to get out of the game, because David Luiz had head loss his whole career. But then on some moments, you can rely on him, because he won a Champions League final. So he must have done something right. But you looked it up actually during the game. Like, there were both teams didn't create big chances today, really. No,
Cole Palmer should have scored on the level of player that he's supposed to be. From that moment that he should have scored, until the last 4 minutes, he wasn't in that game enough. Now, do you give credit to Liverpool for taking him out of the game, or is that down to Cole Palmer that actually he's going to have to step up to another level?
I think Cole Palmer has to step up to another level, because if you score 4 against Brighton, that obviously puts you in a small category of players that have scored 4 goals in a Premier League game. But also, the team weren't phenomenal against Brighton.
Yeah, it wasn't.
So we can't.
We weren't phenomenal against Brighton. He was. We weren't phenomenal against Forest. No one was.
No.
And today we've not been phenomenal, and we've made silly individual errors in all of those games. Levi made a mistake in that game. So did Sanchez. Then Brighton. No, that was Brighton. Sorry. Then Forest. We weren't great in that game. We found it really difficult, and we were against the 10-man Forest side as well for a little bit. And then today, no one's been great, and we've made more individual errors. I'm trying to think of Forest's goal, whether or not it was from a set piece, wasn't it? It was probably not good enough from set pieces again. Actually, the only refreshing thing today was that we didn't concede from a set piece when Liverpool are like very good from set pieces.
I actually say that. How many corners?
That's what I mean. Liverpool.
I feel like that game has just been dealt with within box to box in that third of the pitch.
I said this. They play so centrally, don't they? They're like from wide areas. They're not what they were with Klopp.
I actually would say that that's part of the reason why you're not seeing Salah just signing that contract, because he's like, where do I go in this team?
Salah should come back to us for Madueke's role. He'd love that.
Madueke for me is he's a bit part player.
Madueke, I don't think is good enough to be started.
I said this after he scored his hat-trick. He's still not good enough just because Wolves capitulated and Ait-Nouri decided he did not fancy defending.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because if every goal's the same, the player isn't offering anything else but being able to strike it across the keeper.
But then when I look at Liverpool today and who's played for them, like on the left, Diaz or players like that, what have they done in comparison to Madueke? Not much. Diaz did that bit at the end. I look at
Madueke had a lot longer on the pitch.
Yeah, I know. That's true. That is true. I look at City, Savinho and Doku. Like I think Doku got an assist today, but it wasn't exactly like
Doku for me is the worst signing that City have made in a while. Watching him today, I would be annoyed if Doku was at Chelsea.
But I would be too.
They're still winning leagues.
But that's what I'm saying. So maybe Madueke is good enough to start if that's your level of winger. But I think when you go and look, the thing is, football is obviously in a weird place because Vinicius is going to go and win the Ballon d'Or, and I just think that's a joke. I think Rodri should be winning that hands down. Look at this though. Results this season, Liverpool. They're fine, honestly.
He's a great manager. If they go and win the league with like record wins or something like that,
wouldn't be surprised, would you?
I mean, I don't think they'll beat Chelsea's record for goals conceded, but
that Forest game,
it could quite.
Do you know what that Forest game could be? Right, hear me out on this. Do you remember when
Man City?
Yeah, Man City. Yeah.
You do get a blip.
You just get
and it
one
was fairly
game.
early in the season, so then you can just if Liverpool go and win the league, and they've won it.
People were talking about Arsenal being the team that get closest to Jose's record. They're on 3 goals conceded.
Yeah, they can run it close. But
they could run it close,
but they I don't think that
they don't look like conceding.
The teams that Chelsea conceded against in that, like there was games where we drew 2 with Bolton.
Yeah.
So 2 of the goals, like they're going to have draws. They're not going to go and win 36 games.
But they can only concede 12 more goals to go level with it, and there's 30 games to go.
Is it 30?
Well, is it 8 games to play? 38 games, 30 games to go.
It's a tough record. If it ever gets broken, it gets broken. Then fair play to that defence.
But they look like a solid defence, don't they? They look much better than Arsenal defensively.
Well, yeah. If Arsenal have an injury...
Do you know where do you know what? I have to say this with Liverpool, and this kind of... players under 23 will always be inconsistent. Their mentality and physicality are physically immature, so these always... Yeah, I agree, Bobby. I think if you're going to go with that young model, it is a thing that time heals it, I think, as long as they develop. If they don't develop, then you got it wrong from the beginning.
Yeah, there's a difference in all of your players being under 23 and a select few, because Phil Foden wasn't massively inconsistent for his whole career. He just didn't play that often.
Yeah.
And then
Bobby
last
says,
season, you got him...
Can't believe Cole Palmer got pocketed by Curtis Jones. Jones is so ordinary. I don't know if he's ordinary.
I think he's the best player on the pitch.
I think he had a really good game today. I don't know if he's ordinary.
If you watch the start of last season as well, Curtis Jones is a phenomenal footballer. He's English.
Yeah.
He's just unlucky to miss out. He could easily... He's one of them players that might not play for England that often, and then just be unlucky.
Yeah, I really like him. I think Bertrand's a really good player. I think he did. I think to say he made Palmer's afternoon very difficult today is fair. I think he actually did. I think he made a lot of Chelsea's players have a difficult afternoon.
I just feel like Palmer didn't feel to me like Palmer wanted to get involved in the game. He didn't seem like he wanted the battle today.
Yeah, I'd kind of agree with
that. I'd probably say has come from the fact that he played 2 international games, plus he plays 90 minutes nearly every week.
Yeah, so then he's going to get a break. And to be fair, I don't know if we're being like off the back of an international break. It's not great, but at the same time, people saying we gave ourselves a good account. I think we gave ourselves a good account for like half an hour.
Where my Colwell also went as well and played 90 minutes.
Yeah, it could just be like sloppiness.
But I know what people say about.
I just think it's so frustrating that when you see that Liverpool side today, I know full well that if recruitment had been better, Chelsea could have a squad for 1.4 billion that could easily beat that.
That's a disgusting amount.
Easily beat that Liverpool.
It could have been, 1.6 million if we'd have signed Osimhen? And I don't know if Osimhen would have made as much of a difference because Jackson's going to score today.
Osimhen will make a difference. Osimhen, you've seen Osimhen's goal from the other day?
Oh, for Galatasaray?
Yeah. Osimhen would 100% make a difference to this Chelsea side. I do wonder whether or not that the way we've spent 1.4 billion it just isn't acceptable. But if you're looking at today in isolation, we've spent it now. There's nothing that can be done about it, apart from spend more money to correct the mistakes and try and get some of it back.
That is what we're going to have to do. But if we ain't got a shirt sponsor, we've got to start getting money.
A shirt sponsor isn't okay. It's a lot.
If you've got 60 million,
we've spent 1.4 billion with a 40 million pound shirt sponsor. It don't make no difference.
No, but you can write that off against all the amortization that you've had throughout 11 players.
No, that's not quite how it works.
It's money coming in.
Yeah, but it's not. It would only if you say it's 40 million. That's the same as we've sold more players. It's just one extra player sale, basically.
Yeah, but that's why we're trying to get rid of all the profit. That's why.
Yeah,
we'll get rid of Caliber next season. There's another one.
Yeah, it is. That's that. Okay, yes, but anyway, on today in isolation, I think it's frustrating because that Liverpool side looked like there was potential there for us to get at them. I don't think Liverpool have looked that great today, but I think Chelsea were just off it. And I think what was so frustrating, and Bobby says this, and we have to just reiterate this, is that Lavia and Reece James did look good today. Reece looked okay, and I think Lavia looked great. And the fact that we had to take them off at 50 minutes just felt like it killed the game. And I think that's where Maresca probably got it wrong, that you probably start Lavia, let him have the 50, and then go, do you know what? I'm going to bring on Reece. And you bring on Reece right back attacking. And you let Reece, then it goes from Lavia running the game in midfield to Reece running the game from right back. Because you know he's that good. I'll tell you this right now. Maresca's management of Reece James, in terms of where he's asking him to play, in the few small sample size that I've got of that, is shocking. And I'm gonna end it on that. I just think he's meant to have watched all these Chelsea games, and you're telling me
no, he hasn't.
That he watched Reece James.
We couldn't have. We didn't.
He watched Reece James and went, centre back. Do me a favour. Honestly, not good enough today, but for half an hour I was actually really impressed. So that's what's so annoying, is because there's an hour left of the game that you've got to be at that level, and we just never got back to it. But anyway, guys, appreciate you all watching. Drop a like if you haven't already. We're trying to hit 30 likes on this one. Guys. And if you haven't, make sure to subscribe. We're trying to hit 3,000 before Christmas. We'll be back this week. We've got, obviously, probably do a review of this game again. We'll do a build-up to Panathinaikos, and we'll try and throw some other content in there as well, chatting about all things football. It's been an absolute pleasure. We'll see you in a bit. Thanks for tuning in.
Cheers, guys.